That's not how I want it. So Mary Ann, here's what I want.
Okay.
And I have to figure out how this is going to happen. Oh, I already know how it's going to happen. There's a plug back here somewhere. There's a little analog clock I'm going to bring in. I like to know the time. And it's on the computer, but it's just not the same. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Heather, have you had any contact with NDS this morning? The jail is here and they've been here for at least a half an hour.
I have not. Who is the client that's on the video right now? And I can call.
Christopher Kruzak.
Kruzak. So Cheryl, quick, I'll get a hold of her right now.
Thank you. And the other two are already on deck and waiting. So,
all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm sorry that the wait is what it is. Good morning, Ms. Gillis.
Yeah.
How are you, ma'am?
Hi, Judge. How are you?
I am wonderful. How have you been?
Good. I had a vacation.
The three are here from Wayne County. Heather's trying to get NDS on the phone. Mr. Kruzak is here on camera waiting.
Yeah, PCC. And the pre-trials.
It'll be Kruzak, then Florenci, and then Elizondo.
Lozano, Krushak, and what was the third one? Florenci?
Florenci is second.
Yeah, that's DB.
Kruzak is on camera now. Florenci is second, and then Elizondo is there. And it'll be switched out. But since Kruzak is here first, I just want us queued up for when Ms. Quick or someone from her office logs on.
I just spoke to Miss Quick and she will be logging on in a matter of minutes.
Thank you, Heather.
Yeah. Don't you love it now that I have a voice?
I don't know about that. I have to figure out if we're gonna have to keep you muted and limit you to chats.
Heather, are you over here helping?
I'm just listening so that I can keep track of the felonies.
Oh, okay. Well, I have somebody
She
new
doesn't
here
trust us.
today. His name is Robert, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce the last. Lugerak. Lugerai. Figure out how that's spelled.
I don't have to spell it. I'll leave that to Mary Ann. And Ms. Quick has just joined us. It looks like waiting for her. There you are. Ms. Quick, do you need to speak to your client, Mr. Christopher Kruzak, before we begin?
No, I don't, Your Honor. We're ready to go.
This is 210604 FY, State of Michigan versus Christopher Lee Kruzak. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick on behalf of Christopher Kruzak, who is joining us from the Wayne County Jail Division 1.
Mr. Kruzak, would you state your name for me, please?
Christopher Kruzak.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial, and this morning, where are we?
Your Honor, I have received paper discovery, but I have not received digital discovery. And the paper discovery indicates that there are reports from Dearborn Police Department that are still outstanding. And so I would inquire as to those as well.
Dearborn reports? I'm sorry.
Yes, at the very end, I believe it was Van Buren had requested Dearborn's reports and they had not yet been completed at the time of submission.
Okay. We'll send a text to Dale Harrison. It's
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I would think if we can get the digital discovery this week, then we would be ready in 2. I don't know how feasible.
In 2 weeks?
for an exam. Yeah, it has to be an exam.
No. Oh, exam date or an adjourned PCC?
Maybe adjourn PCC. Let's just make sure everything before we set an exam is done.
Yeah, I want to make sure we have the opportunity to see all the digital discovery. I think the digital discovery is probably most important in this case.
Okay.
PCC will be adjourned to September 1st, 2021, 8:30 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley, back by Zoom again. September 1st, 2021, 8:30 a.m. Judge Oakley. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing right now, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
Your Honor, we would like to address bond if the court would entertain that. I believe a DSU report was ordered, and in speaking to Mr. Kruzak, it should have been completed last week.
I see a note in there from August 4th, but I haven't received any information. And if Heather had received something, it would have been in the file with a note.
I will go downstairs and check to see if it was faxed over and not given to me. So I'll run
Thank you,
downstairs.
ma'am.
Thank you.
But Ms. Quick, have you received something?
I would not receive the DSU report. I don't believe that they send those.
As to bond in this matter, though?
As
Ms.
to
Gillis?
bond, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Ms. Quick, go ahead. I just want to make sure I have Ms. Gillis with us.
I was just going to alert the court that if it would make the court feel more comfortable in considering bond, obviously a tether would likely be in play. And we have 2 different addresses which Mr. Kruzak could tether to, both of which we have checked out. We've got phone numbers and addresses. We're concerned with Mr. Kruzak's health. He had surgery on his heart in 2016. He has continuing heart conditions. He has actually a hole in his heart that was repaired at that time. And given the influx of the Delta variant and COVID running rampant yet again, I have concerns of Mr. Kruzak being in the jail.
On behalf of the people, here's my concern, is that it's a fleeing, eluding, and an R&O. His prior record, in addition to UDA and home invasion, includes an R&O. So he's not very, I'm afraid he's not going to be very compliant with any instructions given to him. I think he's kind of shown this.
I don't know that Mr. Kruzak has a capious history, and I would like to think that if Mr. Kruzak was put on tether, that would resolve any issues of him being somewhere where the court would not be comfortable with him being, or being somewhere other than home. He could be tethered to a home on house arrest.
Your Honor, in addition, also, I'm looking at his CCH now. In addition to what's in the habitual, he has a CCW. He has some misdemeanors. He has an ordinance violation from interfering with a police investigation. Might be a problem. And he has a prior fleeing and eluding fourth that all weren't even in the habitual information. My problem is that all his offenses mostly consist of not cooperating with authority. You know, I think the bond should be left as it is.
The criminal clerk just advised that they have not received anything from pretrial services. And Ms. Quick, respectfully, this court is going to deny your request to amend or modify the bond. This court actually did the arraigning of Mr. Krusek and deviated downward from the recommendation of law enforcement. As Ms. Gillis indicated, although Mr. Krusek doesn't have a CAPIS history, the court's concerned that there is multiple offender notice on the file. So again, your request to modify bond is being denied. We'll see you back here on September 1st.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you much.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Jesse Florenci.
Thank you. Is there someone here from NDS? You're muted, Ms. Quick. Are you here for this one as well?
Yes, Your Honor, and I was
Florenci?
just going to ask if I could trouble the court for a breakout room with Mr. Florenci.
Absolutely. Marianne, if you would facilitate that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
And Your Honor, this one's going to be mine. Florencini's mine and Stiegel's mine.
Spiegel?
Yeah, and Florencini are both domestic, so they're both mine.
Oh, okay. Mr. King, I thought you were saying something else. Mr. Wallach, do you need to talk to your client?
I don't, Your Honor, but I would like to talk to the prosecutor if that's possible. Ms. Gillis?
I'm here. I'm just getting the doorstop fixed, so I'm not tracking.
Marianne, could you put them into a breakout room? This is Portia Crawford.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Schlaffel, you need to speak to Mr. Elizondo. No, I thought Mr. Wallach was going in with Ms. Gillis.
Yes.
Yep, I'm sorry, I need to fix that.
Mr. Schlaffel, you need to talk to your client.
Please.
Okay.
Would also like to say hello to the judge. This is my first time before her. James Schlaff
Good
here.
morning, sir. Good to meet you.
Judge, Ms. Quick is in with Wayne County right now.
I know. I just wanted to make sure. So when she comes out and they switch out Florencini, Mr. Schlaff can go in. And that's why I wanted Mr. Wallach to go in with Jane so that we could kind of keep things moving along as much as possible. Fingers crossed. Have you seen Officer Brooks this morning?
I have not. Do you need him? Do you want me to,
No, he'll stumble my way soon enough. Thank you, though.
the person that has Amanda W, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What is your name, please?
Amanda Wimp.
And what are you here for this morning?
I am here. Why is it? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get the screen to fix itself, so it's raining.
Ma'am, do you have a case this morning?
Yes, I do. But my husband, Jamie, do you need my case number?
Is it your case or is it someone else's case?
It's someone else's case. But I'm the owner.
What's the name of the person? What's the name of the person whose case it is?
Jamie, what's his first name?
Thomas Allen Disney.
Thomas Allen Disney.
What are you here for? Are you just watching?
Well, because I was told that I needed to be here with him because I'm the owner of the company, and somehow the ticket was supposed to be in the business's name and not his name.
Is this a landlord tenant case?
Nope, it's for a business truck.
What's the name of the business, ma'am?
Main Street Trucking.
Judge, it's under Thomas Disney at 9:40 or at 8:45.
Thomas Disney at 8:45. Thank you. Ma'am, if you sit tight, we'll get to you. We're still working on the 8:30 cases.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. No. 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 Absolutely not. I don't understand why you ask for dates that you won't use and you don't give us enough notice that we can put somebody else in it.
Because Timothy Rather is the attorney and she wants to send a letter to the gun board. She doesn't think letters were ever sent to gun board.
Mr. Wallach,
Yes, Your Honor.
was that sufficient time with Ms. Gillis?
It was,
Yeah.
Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Are you ready? Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Mr. King, I know you're there. I'll do the jail cases as soon as they come out, but interim, we'll do 210530 FD, State of Michigan versus Portia Crawford. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Adam Wolak, number 55741, appearing on behalf of Ms. Crawford, who does not object to proceeding on Zoom.
Ms. Crawford, state your name for me, please.
Portia Denise Crawford.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for an adjourned PCC this morning. There was an indication from July 14th that there was some discovery outstanding. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, at this point, Ms. Gillis has assured me they're going to determine if there is any digital discovery. I have the paper. She's going to let me know today, but we discussed also approaching Mr. Gary Bresnian about a reduction program, which my client may want to take advantage of. We are going to ask the court to adjourn this for 3 or 4 weeks if the court would. We have previously waived the 21 days.
Is it 3 or is it 4 for the adjournment, which is better for you?
I would say 4, Your Honor.
4 weeks puts us at September the 15th
That's fine.
at
Thank you.
8:45 a.m. September 15th, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. And that would be with Judge Tina Brooks Green, again by Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Wallach?
Nothing, Your Honor.
We're all set. Ms. Crawford, have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here on September 15th. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Ms. Quick, was that enough time with your client?
Yes, it was.
This is 210629 FY, State of Michigan versus Jesse Allen Florenci. Appearances,
Yes, ma'am.
please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Larry King for the people, P78774.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Jesse Allen Florenci. He is present from Division 1 of the Wayne County Jail via Zoom.
Mr. Florenci, state your name for me, please.
Jesse Allen Florenci.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for PCC this morning. How are you proceeding?
Your Honor, I have not received any discovery yet, so I guess my request would be to adjourn the PCC for a brief period of time so that I can get the paper discovery, and I suspect there's probably some body worn camera footage.
1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks?
I suspect that, well, I think from our part, 1 week would be sufficient if Mr. King thinks that he can get us the.
I should be able to get that over to you, Ms. Quick. It shouldn't take more than that.
Okay.
We can put it over to August the 25th. 1 week,
That should be sufficient.
August 25th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And that will be with Judge Oakley by Zoom again, August 25th, adjourn PCC. Anything else in this matter, Mr. King?
Nothing further from the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
Your Honor, we would like to address bond. Mr. Florenci has a bond of $250,000, 10% that he has not been able to post.
Was that the entirety of the argument, that he's not been able to post it?
No, Your Honor. He was working. He was actually working 3 jobs at the time of his arrest. I believe that the issue is between his wife, and his wife's boyfriend, and he would not have any contact with them. He would be living with his father here in Taylor. He has 3 kids in the area. He was the provider, the sole provider for the household. They're currently staying with his brother, but he's not been able to see them since he's been in custody. And so, and I don't believe that there's any capious history on behalf of Mr. Florenci. So we would ask that at the minimum, the court reduce the bond, and if need be, with a tether to his father's house in Taylor.
Mr. King?
Your Honor, the defendant has a lengthy criminal history, an extensive criminal history. And it's my understanding that he has other cases pending and has another violent history involving the victim, Mr. Christopher Bell, one of the 2 victims, Mr. Christopher Bell. I think the current bond is appropriate given the circumstances of the case, and I would ask that the court keep bond as is.
Ms. Quick, was there something else you wanted to add?
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, without the discovery, I can't really argue the merits of the accusation. Certainly, at I guess a bare minimum, we would ask that the court order a DSU report.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
All right, Ms. Quick, I will deny your request to modify the remand bond at this time and make a note in the file that it's be referred to pretrial services for further review of the current bond.
Right. I've been incarcerated for a case.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. King?
Nothing further from the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're all set, Mr. Florenci.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll see you
When
Friday.
Elizondo comes out, Schlaff is going to go into the breakout room. Ms. Quick, and Ms. Gillis. The court received an email at 1:56 yesterday afternoon indicating that Ms. Quick was requesting an adjournment in case 210389 that's scheduled for this afternoon at 12 noon. Ms. Gillis, had you received that email as well and reviewed it? You're muted, Ms. Gillis.
Ms. Quick, are you handling this case now? I have no objection. If that's.
Yes, I will be taking this case over to,
You take all of Tim Rather's cases over?
hopefully not. No, this one though, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have no objection. I'm gonna have to have somebody call off left miss, okay, yep, okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Let's pick a date in 3 or 4 weeks.
No, I don't have a date in 3 or 4 weeks, and that's the problem. And I'm gonna say this. We set this exam back on May the 26th, 2021. We have very few live dates. We have something like 12 live dates per month for this courtroom. For you to wait until the day before, not even 24 hours before the exam, to let the court know that this is an issue means that we were wasting a very rare and precious live exam date. For a reason that doesn't seem to be new or unknown to the parties, but in as much as Ms. Gillis does not object to it, we'll give you a new date. It's not going to be until Mary Ann, our October dates. She'll look at it and I'll give it to you when she finds it. I don't want to hold anybody else up. I don't understand why we keep waiting until the last minute and wasting.
You know, I can maybe shed some light on that, Your Honor, is Tim
Ms.
Rather.
Gillis,
I know why.
And that's fine, but when we set the dates far out and people have a negative response to having to wait for a live exam date, and we have dates that we're not using, I just don't understand it.
I understand.
Mary Ann will
Your Honor,
get a date for you on our October.
Judge, you don't have anything until November 3rd.
November 3rd at what time?
Anytime, at noon.
November 3rd, 2021 at noon, live exam. We'll see you then unless you send us something sooner.
And Your
Anything
Honor,
else?
I will say I would ask the court if he is accepted into diversion, as I suspect he may be, would the court appreciate knowing that ahead of time and we could set it down to waive the exam before that November 3rd date? Would that be helpful?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll do that then. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Mary Ann.
Yeah, Judge, Heather just informed me that on September 29th, you have time between 1 and 2, if that is better.
If it could not be resolved between May and August, I don't want to give that September date. I appreciate you for looking, but thank you. Oh, Ms. Quick is here with Mr. Meter. Do you need to speak to Mr. Meter?
No, Your Honor, we're all set.
This is 210605, State of Michigan versus Christopher Michael Meter.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P3973, on behalf of Christopher Meter, who is present via Zoom.
Mr. Meter, would you state your name for me, please, sir?
Christopher Michael Meter.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned PCC in this matter. How are we proceeding?
I believe I have received all of the discovery, Your Honor, so it would be our request to set this for a live exam.
Live exam date on September the 29th. I just saw the note from Heather. At 1:30 p.m. Again, that's September the 29th at 1:30 p.m. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Meter, we'll see you here on September the 29th at 1:30 p.m. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Meter, I'll be in
Have a
touch.
good day.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Mr. Bowdish, do you need to speak to David Bowman? You're muted, sir.
My apologies, Your Honor. Yes, I would if I could.
Mary Ann will put you into a breakout room with him. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Priest, your attorney is in another courtroom. So as soon as they get back, we'll get you going. Mr.
Okay.
Schlaff, was that enough time with your client?
It was, and we made a decision about this case. If the prosecution has no objection, the court has no objection, we'll waive this preliminary exam and have it sent downtown.
Give me
No
1 second.
objection.
Let me actually call the case. This is 210635 FY State of Michigan versus Miguel Elizondo.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And James Schloff on behalf of Mr. Elizondo.
Would you state your name for me, please, sir? Mr. Elizondo?
Miguel Elizondo.
Thank you. Mr. Schlaff, you were starting to say that you and your client have made a decision?
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking about this and advising him of the statutory right to a preliminary exam, he is elected to give up that right to an exam and have it bound over downtown.
Mr. Elizondo, you heard what your client just said, what your attorney just said?
Yes, I did.
And you understand you have an absolute right to have an exam of this matter where the people would have to prove that both a crime had been committed and that probable cause existed to believe that you were involved in the commission of that crime?
I do.
And you wish to waive your right to have that exam in this court?
I do.
And you're doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your request for waiver, the next step in these proceedings will be your arraignment on the information down at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Schlaff, inasmuch as you and your client are appearing virtually, there is not a signed request for the bind over. Do you authorize the court to sign the bind over on your behalf
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
and on behalf of your client?
Mr. Elizondo, you have no objections to the judge signing the waiver on your behalf, do you?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you. The court has signed the bind over. Mr. Elizondo, you will be bound over the circuit court for arraignment on the information as previously charged. Your arraignment on the information date will be August the 25th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Your previously entered bond, bond denied, okay.
Yes. Yes.
I would ask you to address
Anything
that.
else? Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Anything else, Mr. Schlaff?
Yes, I would ask to address the bond, Your Honor.
Did you discuss that with Ms. Gillis?
I don't think so, but she's hearing me at this moment. Ms. Gillis?
Okay,
May I raise
your
the?
argument, sir?
My argument is this, Your Honor. I'm 22 years old. He is not from this state. He is from Wisconsin, but given Zoom technology, he certainly would be able to report to all his future court dates. He does have a past criminal history and is on probation, but despite that, Your Honor, this is still a low severity offense, and I believe he should have a bond in this matter and a low bond at that.
Ms. Gillis?
On behalf of the people, Your Honor, he is a habitual fourth and from Wisconsin, and he does have an offense, and I've never even seen this, but it's a Wisconsin offense called bail jumping. And then he has a flee and eluding, so I'm assuming bail jumping is a charge for not complying with conditions. Never seen that.
Respectfully, Mr. Schaaf, the court's going to deny your request to modify bond as indicated by the prosecutor on the felony information. There is that charge of bail jumping. There's also a conviction for Mr. Elizondo from January 28th of this year in the circuit court in Wisconsin. He's been bound over, request to modify, deny. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Schlaff?
Just quickly, would the court consider referring this to pretrial services, please?
I'll make a note in the file. The criminal clerk hears this request and will process it accordingly.
Thank you very much. Mr. Elizondo, I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Wayne County. I think we're all set for the morning.
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Bowdish, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. We were in the middle of something when we were timed out.
Mary
we'd like
Ann will
to-
put you back in.
Thank you.
Mr. Ballman, please go back into the breakout room.
Mr. Disney?
Judge, there are some unknown people in the waiting room. If you want me to bring them in and see if that one of them is Mr. Disney.
Yes, one of them is Mr.
Miss
Disney.
Miss Amanda is Disney.
Well, no, Disney is here. I need Disney here too. And he is in the waiting room.
Go ahead, Mary Ann. Thank you.
They're gonna put Disney in.
Disney, I think they're gonna let you in.
It's a misdemeanor. I don't even see a Disney.
The person
It's at 8:45, Miss Gillis.
I see it. I just didn't have a file. I got it.
The person that just
Yeah, it says that he's connecting to audio. You can see
the
him.
person that just connected with the name of iPhone. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello?
What is your name, please?
Michael Brewer, B-R-E-W-E-R.
Thank you.
I can't get the picture to come on for some reason.
Okay, so you know this?
Okay, I can see a picture now.
Good morning, Miss Farkas.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm well. How are you?
I am wonderful. What are you here for this morning?
I have Michael Brewer.
Yes.
Mr. Brewer is here.
And then, Judge, are you also handling Gary Priest? Heather.
I am.
Okay, I was just confused because Heather mentions Judge Oakley, so.
I'm not Judge Oakley. I don't even play him on television, so.
Yeah, so I just wanted to double check.
Did you need to speak to Mr. Priest?
Nope, I've already spoke to both of them.
Mary Ann, let me do this Disney Priest and Brewer, or did we find Disney?
I don't know if that person who with ZS5, is that your name, sir? We can't hear you.
Hello? Oh.
All right, I guess I was muted.
Your name,
Tom
sir.
Disney here. Thomas
Yes, sir,
Disney.
your name. Thank you. This is 1S3914063ST, State of Michigan versus Thomas Allen Disney. Mr. Disney, you're before the court this morning for arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on July 7th, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you were operating an unregistered vehicle This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to $100 fine and up to 90 days in jail. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for the assistance of a court-appointed attorney?
I was hoping to proceed on my own. I mean, it was just the vehicle was registered. It was just the wrong registration for the weight limit. We had the vehicle registered for 66,000 pounds and I was hauling 77,000 pounds. So we just, it was an honest mistake and we went the very next day and got 80,000 pound plate.
Ms. Gillis, what's that face? You're muted, ma'am.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do, that's all.
Okay.
So the, are you a CDL or driver?
I am. I'm a Class A CDL driver.
Yeah, I can't offer anything at this time.
Well, I mean, I'm looking to pay the ticket. It's just that the ticket should have been written in the company name, not in my name. I don't understand why the ticket was ever written in my name because I was driving a company vehicle and they had it registered for 66,000 pounds. And then, go ahead.
Who's the company?
Main Street Trucking?
Do you own part of that company?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'm just a part-time employee.
It indicates on the ticket, carrier name Main Street Trucking, but driver name as Thomas Allen Disney. And that's how the file came to the court.
Yeah, sometimes it's done that way, sometimes it's done another way. So
Right.
I think there's a civil infraction registration, or is it registration not on person?
Oh no, I had a registration. And then when I received that ticket, I also got a warning ticket for a broken windshield. And we also got that taken care of the very next day too.
Okay.
But that was just
There was a warning for defective equipment.
Yeah,
Defective equipment, is that a misdemeanor?
That was just a warning.
I know, but is it a misdemeanor normally? Or is it a civil infraction?
I have no idea. I mean, if you're asking me, I have no idea what if it's a
Maybe I think Jeff Bowditch could help him out on this because I think it is a civil infraction, and I'd have to look it up. And I have.
I mean, we got a receipt. We got the new registration, the updated.
Heather, is that a civil infraction, defective equipment?
Yes, it can be written as a civil infraction.
Okay, and he can plead responsible to that. That's the only thing I'm gonna, because they need to check their weight before they leave the yard.
Mr. Disney, did you hear the offer from the prosecutor to plead responsible to defective equipment, which is a civil infraction?
I mean, why? My only problem is this is going to affect my driver's license and my personal insurance. Why can't we just switch these tickets over to?
Mr. Jadala? Mr. Disney, give me 1 second. Mr. Jadala, are you around?
I am, Judge.
Could you go into a breakout room with Mr. Disney and discuss this, this matter with him and the offer?
Could you repeat the offer, Judge?
Defective equipment.
Civil infraction.
I will do that.
Thank you so very much, sir. This is 200914FY, State of Michigan versus Gary Priest.
Here.
This matter is scheduled for arraignment and PCC this morning. Appearances, please.
Here.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Stephanie Farkas, P74227, appearing on behalf of Mr. Priest, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Priest, please state your name for the record.
Gary Stephen Priest.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we waive formal reading and stand mute to the charges.
Waive formal reading, stand mute to the charges in this matter. As for bond,
Judge, I would ask the court to impose a personal bond on this case. Mr. Priest, he is, he's retired. He's 61 years old. He's been residing in Ypsilanti for most of his life. He retired from Detroit Diesel after 19 years. He did cooperate with the investigation on this case, but was unaware that a warrant was issued.
his bond is going to be set at 5,000 personal. For purposes of PCC, how are we proceeding?
Judge, I do have paper discovery that I received from the people in this case. In my review of the paper discovery, it looks like there is a video or multiple videos that are involved. And so I'm just asking the people to follow up and turn over electronic discovery and ask the court to adjourn the PCC at this time.
How long of an adjournment, ma'am?
Just a week or two, Judge, depending on your schedule.
It's up to you. 1, 2, 3 weeks doesn't matter to the court.
Can we do 2 weeks, Judge?
2 weeks puts us on September 1st, 2021, and that will be at 10:15 a.m. with Judge Oakley. September 1st, 2021, 10:15 a.m. with Judge Oakley, and that will be back by Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else on behalf of defendant?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you much. Mr. Priest, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks with Judge Oakley. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. You.
Thank you. This is 210386 FD, State of Michigan versus Michael Brewer.
Yes.
This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. Ms. Gillis, how are we proceeding?
Well,
and Judge, just for the record, Stephanie Farkas, P74227 from Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Brewer, who's present via Zoom.
Mr. Brewer,
Yes, ma'am.
would you state your name for me, please?
Michael Angelo Brewer.
Thank you.
Judge, I have not received discovery on this case yet. We did put in 2 requests to the prosecutor's office for discovery.
paper discovery was sent, it says on 8/16, and the digital is coming over right now on this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's uploaded. We're sending it. I'm having someone send it to you right now. So
okay.
You don't get it by the end of the day.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2 probably.
2?
NDS, Farkas. I guess is how they go.
Ms. Farkas, 2-week adjournment?
That's good. Thank you, Judge.
PCC will be adjourned to September 1st, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Farkas, can you please, I have a new person with me, repeat your direct email?
It's S as in Sam, F as in Frank, ARKAS@ndsdetroit.org.
Okay. Yeah, we're sending it right now. If there's a problem, let us know.
All right, will do. Thank you, Jane.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Jadala, was that enough time with Mr. Disney?
That was, Your Honor.
Mr. Brewer,
Back on the record in the case ending 063.
Now, do I disregard the 25th? Because on that, when I got the paper out the precinct, it said 18th and the 25th. So disregard the 25th date?
Yes, and Judge, actually, I apologize. I do have one more thing that I want to get clarified from Mr. Brewer. In terms of his bond, I believe the court ordered him to attend AA meetings potentially. He has been he's gone into outpatient treatment at Sobriety House in Detroit. And I just want to double check with the court if that would satisfy the court in terms of the pretrial conditions for treatment.
The court did receive a fax from Sobriety House yesterday at 3:13 p.m. that indicates that Mr. Brewer is on track to successfully complete their program on November the 9th, and that would satisfy the requirement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else now?
No, Your Honor. Thanks. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. You too. Mr. Jadala, my apologies for stopping and starting, but in the matter of Mr. Disney, you indicated that that was sufficient time?
Yes, Judge.
And how are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P 62186, for purposes of arraignment, would waive formal reading and stand mute. At this time, Mr. Disney would like to avail himself pleading responsible to one count of the civil infraction, defective equipment. I've explained to Mr. Disney that is no points, nothing on his record, non-abstractable civil infraction.
Thank you,
Don't
Mr.
leave, don't
Jadala.
leave. Thank you. Mr. Disney, did you have enough time to speak to Mr. Jadala this morning?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And you discussed the offer from the prosecutor?
We did, yes.
And you'd like to accept that offer and plead responsible to the civil infraction added count of defective equipment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind, you won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or present witnesses, or cross-examine and review witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, I understand.
Sir, is it true that, don't leave, please. Is it true that on July 7th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you had defective equipment?
Yes, it is.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis? Satisfied, Mr. Prosecutor?
Your Honor, I'm stepping in for Ms. Gillis. Yes, we're satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of defective equipment, dismiss the misdemeanor, assess a fine of $150. Are you able to pay that within 30 days?
Yes, well, I'll be able to pay that today, Your Honor.
Oh, the file will be downstairs for processing, okay?
All right, thank you.
We're all set in this matter. Have a good day.
You too, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, I'm going to call your case in just 1 second.
Sammer. Sammer, can you hear me?
What's up, Jeff?
Sammer, you do felonies?
I just don't want you all to understand.
No, I'm not doing the felonies.
I know you're not as house counsel. You taking in private clients as felons?
Yes.
All right, Officer Garcia has a man that needs some help. He's on parole with a tether.
Send me home, lack of work.
Somebody already took it. Heather might have.
Who there? Who here?
Mr. Bowditch, are you ready with Mr. Brahman?
Your Honor, I would need to be with Miss Gillis for just a second.
Absolutely. Mr. Livesey. I saw your attorney. Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
James.
Oh.
Mr. Margolis, did you need to speak to your client?
Not at this time, Your Honor, not yet.
We lost the prosecutor. When she comes out, I'll do the one right before your client, then we'll get Mr. Lively taken care of. Marianne, if you've identified everybody, it looks like maybe?
No, I have not. I was waiting.
I'll
for a
stop
break.
talking so you can do your job.
Okay. The person that has the phone ending in 9957, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name, please?
My name is Talonda Harris.
I'm sorry, Harris?
Yes, Harris. Harris.
Oh, I see you. Okay, thank you.
I tried to get the Zoom on that. It wouldn't work.
Yep, you're fine. Your case hasn't been called yet. Hi, good morning, ma'am, with the long hair and the gray top on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you? Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. What is your name, please?
I'm Tanisha Bowers.
Thank you. Hi, sir, with the, Mr. Davis, can you hear me?
Yes.
What case are you here for? Is your first name Terry?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What the fucking man? Stop playing with me.
Oh, no, mute yourself, please, sir.
Hello.
Miss Quick, did you need to speak to Mr. Nico Bieber?
No, Mr. Bevian and I have already spoken. We are ready to go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You on? And then mute.
Miss Bowers, what time is your case?
It's at 9:30.
I got it. Okay, thank you.
She don't follow the rules. I heard that.
Hi, ma'am. Oh. Hey, Judge, it looks like everyone's named and there are some people in the waiting room that their time isn't up to be called yet.
Thank you. Why does our main session look like this? Oh my goodness. Holy smokes, Marianne. Have you seen Stiegel?
I'm sorry, who?
Lamondre Stiegel is also with Ms. Quick
That
and
name
Mr. King, and if I don't see them, I don't see that person yet.
I can give him a call and make sure he gets logged in.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. See, that right now, Marianne, is when I want the other prosecutor to come and do these other cases while Miss Gillis is talking to Mr. Bowditch. Ms. Gillis, you heard my plaintiff well. This
Pardon?
is 21H, just me musing, sorry. This is 21HR 06983, A, B, and C, State of Michigan versus David James Bauman. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Bachman. Your Honor, today is the date time set for pretrial in this matter. I've spoken with Mr. Bachman. I've spoken with Ms. Gillis. We do have an arrangement in which Mr. Bachman would be pleading guilty to the charge of driving while license suspended. The other matters.
No,
to be dismissed.
wait, I'm sorry. No, your client's not here.
He's on his way.
This client was there.
Mr. Bauman, state your name for the court, please.
David Bachman, B-A-U-G.
Bachman. Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, you were starting to say your client will plead guilty to driving while license suspended?
Yes, Your Honor, with the understanding the other citations would be dismissed.
Mr. Bauman, did you hear what Mr. Bowditch just put on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your understanding that you will be tendering a plea to the driving while license suspended misdemeanor, and that the no proof of insurance civil infraction and the registration or plate violation misdemeanor would be dismissed?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind, you won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on June 20th, 2021 in Huron Township, you drove while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court accepts your plea of guilty to driving while license suspended, sir. The civil infraction and the second misdemeanor will be dismissed. The court will assess a fine of $500, cost of $200, $75 crime victims, $50 mandatory state costs, and $20 building fund fee. That's $845, sir. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or will you need more time?
I probably need more time. I can pay some today, though. Like
Okay.
200 today.
Sir, what will happen is you can go online to the court's website, which is mi34thdistrictcourt.com. And you can submit a written request for a payment plan if you do need more time. Otherwise, you can call the court, speak to the collection department, and set a payment plan, okay?
Okay, I just called the 941 number, 4462, and they'll set everything up, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. I don't know how to go by the website.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bowman, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you so very much. Mr. Bachman, have a wonderful day, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Margolis.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. 210591, State of Michigan versus John Sherman Livesey.
Well, Lawrence Margolis, on behalf of Mr. Libsey, who is present via Zoom, and we consent to proceeding in this manner.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people. Can you tell me what time that is, Lipsy?
I'm sorry, it's not until 9:14. I'm sorry, 9:15.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Livesey, state your name for me, please.
John Livesey.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning. Mr. Margolis, for purposes of arraignment.
Judge, we would waive a formal reading of the arraignment and ask you to enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I
Ask
have.
for bond in this matter?
Yep. My client is 60-year-old individual, fully employed, who has formerly worked with the Department of Corrections. He has no prior criminal history. He's retained my office for the duration of this matter, and we're asking Your Honor to enter a bond with, excuse me, with on his personal recognizance, PR bond.
Any comment, Ms. Gillis?
I have no objection to a PR bond, and as long as it's no contact, maybe he should stay out of the airport too.
He does travel for work is the issue. And I know that this was a unique situation, and I don't believe it's ever happened before. I haven't had an opportunity to go over everything. I don't have the discovery yet, but I know his livelihood requires that he travel. Isn't that correct, Mr. Livesey?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Detective Carmona's on. Do you know anything about this case?
It's going to be Investigator Reedy Randall's. No, we don't have any objection. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, no contact. Can you give me your...
said at 5,000 personal, no contact with the complaining victim in this case, that being a Miss Tavon Moss, T-A-V-A-H-N, Moss, M-O-S-S, a Delta flight attendant.
And Mr. Margolis, can you give us your email, please?
It's my first name, Larry, L-A-R-R-Y, at law, L-A-W, A2.com. So law A2, the letter A, the number 2.com.
L-A-W-A, like Apple 2.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you send this?
In as much as we've just now done the arraignment and discovery is outstanding, pretrial in this matter will be adjourned. The adjourned date will be September 15th, 2021 at 9 a.m. and that will be with Judge Green back by Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing from us.
Anything
Judge.
else, Mr. Margolis?
No, Judge.
Thank you so very much. Good luck to your client. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Ms. Quick, this is 2106003, State of Michigan versus Nico Bevier. Bevier, thank you. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, PA 3973, on behalf of Nico Bevier, who is present via Zoom this morning.
Mr. Bevier, state your name for the court, please, sir.
Nico Bevier.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the PCC in this matter. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we would ask to set this for a live exam.
Is discovery complete?
I believe so.
It says in my file that it's complete.
I'll make an indication in the file that discovery is complete. Live exam will be set for September the 25th. Sorry, no, not 25th, 29th. September the 29th, 2021 at 2 p.m. And that's back with, that'll be in courtroom number 1 with me. Live exam, September 29th, 2021 at 2 p.m. Anything else in this matter? Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bevier. We'll see you on the 29th of September, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're all set, Mr.
Have a good
Bevier. I'll
day.
be in touch.
Ms. Quick, are you by chance here on Mr. Kearney's case on Sarah?
No.
Okay. I don't see his client. So that was on our, that was the last of our 9 o'clock, no, not the last of our 9 o'clock cases. We'll just flip the page and go on to the next one. Christian France.
Here, Your Honor.
This is 210592 SD, State of Michigan versus Christian Joy France.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Ms. France, state your name for me, please.
Christian Joy France.
Ma'am, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. Ma'am, it's alleged that on April the 16th, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport located in the city of Romulus, you did count one, operated with a high BAC, that you did operate a motor, I'm sorry. For purposes of your arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for the assistance of a court-appointed attorney?
I was planning to proceed on my own, but if you would suggest that I had an attorney, I would take one.
It's not my suggestion. Mr. Jadal is here and available, so it's your, ma'am. It's up to you how we proceed, with an attorney or on your own.
I can proceed on my own.
Okay. Ma'am, it's alleged again that on April 16, 2021 at the airport, you were, count one, operating with a high BAC, that you did operate a vehicle upon a highway, that being Vining Road and Goddard Road, while having a blood alcohol content of 0.17 grams or more per 100 milliliters of blood, contrary to MCL 257.625 sub 1 sub C. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 180 days in jail and or fines of between $200 and $700 and or 360 hours of community service rehabilitative programs. Count two, operating while intoxicated. It's alleged that you did operate a vehicle upon a highway, Vining Road and Goddard Road, while under the influence of alcoholic liquor or having an alcohol content of 0.08 grams or more per 100 milliliters of blood, contrary to MCL 257.625 sub 1. This again is a misdemeanor punishable up to 93 days in jail and or $100 to $500 fine and or 360 hours of community service rehabilitative programs. For purposes of arraignment, ma'am, how would you like to plead?
Guilty.
Ma'am, you understand if you enter a plea of guilty this morning, you won't have an opportunity to have a trial of any kind. You won't have an opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, I understand.
And you still wish to plead guilty to both counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, any comment?
Yes, just one second. Detective Carmona, do you know what the blood alcohol level was at the end overall in this?
Look at the file, but I believe it is 205.
0.20, is that what you're saying?
Correct. The 0.205.
Okay. Oh, here I got it. The offer at this time would be to plead to operating while high BAC. Drop the OWI. Bad about that.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. France, yes.
I would just like to apologize for the actions that I have put forth, but I am very appreciative of anything that you guys are doing right now at this time in order to help me and for me to learn my lesson as well with this case.
Ms. France, is it true that on April 16, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport in the city of Romulus, you operated a vehicle with a high blood alcohol content, that being the 0.205 just reported by the detective?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea of guilty to operating with a high BAC. The prosecutor is dismissing the operating while intoxicated allegation. The next step in these proceedings will be to refer you to probation. You'll be contacted by a probation officer for an interview and recommendation on your sentence. May I have your phone number, please?
586-822-8255. 7703.
And your email address.
francech@mail.gvsu.edu.
Ms. France, you'll be getting an email and a phone call from the probation department. In the interim, your bond in this matter will be $5,000 personal. You don't have to post any money, but you must respond to the contact from probation and submit to the interview and the paperwork questionnaires that will be forwarded to you. You are to consume no intoxicating beverages during the pendency of this matter, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. France, again, probation will be in contact with you. They'll schedule your interview and they will also schedule your sentence date back with me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is APA Larry King. I'm sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to check in and see where we stood on the Lamondre Stiegel matter. I have a couple other courtrooms I need to jump into.
I have not seen anyone check in under the name Stiegel. I know that Ms. Quick said she was going to reach out to her client.
I did. I sent him a message. I did speak with him yesterday evening twice, so I do expect him to be here, but I've not heard from him this morning.
Mr. King, if you have other things to do, please feel free. I'm here all morning, so if you pop back when you're done and Mr. Stiegel appears, we'll have him wait for your return.
I will do that. Like I said, unfortunately, I do have to be in Third Circuit in front of Judge Tracy Green here in just a moment. So when I'm done, I'll pop back on.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Good morning, Ms. McCoy.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for PCC for Dwayne Ponder. Has he zoomed in yet?
Your client is here.
Okay.
Do you need to speak with him or are you ready to proceed?
No, I would like to be placed in a breakout room, please.
Mary Ann will put Attorney McCoy into a breakout room with Dwayne Ponder. Do we have Ivan Dinkins? Mr. Dinkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Dinkins, this is, hold on. (170399) SM. This is State of Michigan versus Ivan Dinkins. State your name for me, please, sir.
Ivan Dinkins.
Mr. Dinkins, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. You have been arraigned on this matter back on October 22nd, 2019 by Judge Green. There was a pretrial schedule where you failed to appear. Your file has been in warrant status, it looks like, since November 7th of 2019. Your warrant was canceled back on June 23rd, 2021, and a hearing was set in this matter. So technically, we should be at the pretrial stage in this matter. Ms. Gillis, do you have any insider information about this case? You're muted, ma'am.
If the court would allow, that we'll do an under advisement if he pays the money up front.
If he pays the money.
Yeah. It's like $10.
Your Honor, can I get a quick breakout with Ms. Gillis, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry, maybe that's not the offer.
Mr. Dinkins, we're going to have you sit tight for one moment while the prosecutor goes in with the detective.
Okay.
Mr. Bowdish, did you need to speak to Terry Davis?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could.
Terry Davis and Mr. Bowditch. Mr. Bowditch, you can go back to room 2 where you had been before, and we'll get
Thank
Mr.
you, Your Honor.
Davis in there with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ma'am with the braids that just joined, your name, please?
Rashonda Keith.
What time is your case scheduled, ma'am?
10 a.m.
Thank you, Ms. Keith.
Thank you.
Ms. Gillis, was that sufficient time with Detective Carmona?
Absolutely. It's the same thing. We're just, if the court would allow, would do under advisement for 6 months. No, if he doesn't pick up any more cases, it will be dismissed. We're not going to ask for the restitution at this time.
Mr. Dinkins, were you able to hear what the prosecutor just said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you prepared to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking for the assistance of counsel?
I can proceed on my own.
And sir, to their offer, how do you wish to respond?
Will it be no contact, or will I have to report?
No reporting, just no picking up any other cases for at least 6 months. Then it'll be erased from your record.
Okay, I can agree to that.
Mr. Dinkins, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you, are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on August 29, 2016, at Detroit Metro Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed the act of larceny less than $200?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, the court accepts your plea in this matter. In keeping with the offer made by the prosecutor, the matter will be taken under advisement for a period of 6 months, 6 months of non-reporting probation. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will thereafter be dismissed. As for fines and costs in this matter,
We're not asking for restitution at this time.
Mr. Dinkins, any comment on fines and costs?
No, ma'am.
Sir, because of the age of this case, the court will only assess a fine of $100, cost of $100. There's $75 crime victims. There's $50 mandatory state costs, $20 fund fee. There are 3 bench warrant fees of $50 a piece and a late fee of $50. My math puts that at $545, I do believe. So are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I need more time, Your Honor.
May I have is your phone number still in at 5920?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, who was that? Sir, you can either go online to the court's website, mi34thdistrictcourt.com, and submit a written request for a payment plan, or you can contact the court's collection department and request a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Dinkins, thank you for joining us this morning. Have a good day, sir. Mr. Bowditch, were you done? Were you ready with Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor, ready.
This is 20BL00424 A and B. This is State of Michigan versus Terry Maurice Davis. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Davis. Your Honor.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Terry Maurice Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. This matter was scheduled today for an adjourned pre-trial with a notation from Judge Oakley that discovery was outstanding. How are we proceeding this morning?
Well, Your Honor, once again, discovery is not available to us. I think Judge Oakley had admonished last time, if it wasn't, it could be grounds for dismissal without prejudice. Your Honor, I do not fault Ms. Gillis for this. This is a case that generates out of Belleville. Probably should have been a local case. I don't really believe this is Ms. Gillis's fault, but we do have, this case goes back to 2020, hearings going back to June of this year, and we still haven't reached any discovery. I would ask for a dismissal without prejudice, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis?
That's correct, Your Honor. I think, I mean, you could tell me better looking in the file, this was written as a ticket for an OWI?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, the OWI tickets are for first, and they're supposed to be sent to local. So we don't create a file, so I don't have any discovery to give to him, just a copy of the ticket. So I am going to call Chief Robinson and ask him to make sure that his local prosecutor, you can dismiss and that it's charged locally.
The court will grant defense motion to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They get lazy.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thanks, James.
Anything else? Thank you. Mr. Davis, we're all set.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Have a
Mr.
good day,
Davis.
sir.
You too.
Your Honor, I believe that's everything I have.
I'm sorry?
I believe that's everything I have. I may be
Okay.
leaving.
Thank you, Mr. Bowditch. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Always a pleasure.
Ms.
Thank you, Ms.
McCoy,
Gillis.
was that enough time with your client?
I just need to go back in for a few more minutes. He was letting me know whether he wanted to hold or waive.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me? This is Attorney Tuttle.
I can hear you, Mr. Tuttles. I see you. I was just getting to you. Give me 1 second. I have a loose criminal history here. Mr. Tuttles, is your client here? Tila Black. Tila Black.
Today, Your Honor, is set it for a final pre-trial and ask the witnesses to appear.
Mr. Tuttles, your client's not here.
Okay. My office can contact my client.
Your office did not, I'm sorry.
Say, can I waive her appearance to set it for a final pre-trial?
Ms. Gillis?
Ms. Gillis, did you hear that question?
She's muted.
She's muted, yeah.
Are you retained, Mr. Tuttles?
I am, Your Honor.
And you got discovery.
Yes.
Doesn't look like there's any digital. So yeah, that's fine if he wants to waive her appearance. Would you tell her not to show up?
No, I didn't tell her.
Miss Gillis.
I
No,
wouldn't tell the client that.
Sometimes they tell them not to show up when it's by Zoom.
So you're looking for a final pretrial? Date,
Yes.
September 15th or September 22nd, Mr. Tuttles?
22nd now, not busy to me.
You said the 22nd, sorry, the 15th is not good for you?
No, the 22nd sounds better for me than the 15th.
Okay, Mr. Tuttles, back here on September 22nd, 2021 at 9 a.m. with me, you said to do,
Is that
you're looking for the victim to appear?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
Is this gonna be in person? Is this in person?
Yes.
No, sir. Oh, you said,
Okay, I'm a little confused. Are we talking about the misdemeanor or the ag stalking felony? Or both?
oh, Miss Gillis, thank you. That's my mistake. I'm looking in the, it's not the September anything. Hold on, I'm sorry. I was looking in the misdemeanor file.
I'm not sure I have this.
So let's back up, because I said final pretrial, but are you really looking for an exam date, Mr. Tuttles?
Yes.
That's a horse of a different color. The exam date will be September the 29th at 2:30.
Okay. And we'll just deal with the misdemeanor on that date afterwards.
Correct.
So then what?
I'm sorry, Mr. Tuttles, who was that just talking? Who was that was just talking?
Apologies, Your Honor, Sergeant Doyle, State Police. I'm out on 275. That was my fault.
Oh, that's okay. Do you have something to add to this matter?
No, ma'am, I just, I'm a little new to this.
Okay. You're fine. Mr. Tuttle, so this is where, were you looking for a live exam on the 29th?
Yes.
Live exam on September the 29th, 2021, again at 2:30 p.m. and that's back with me. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nope, 9/29, got it.
Okay.
9/29, 2021 at 2:30.
Negates the 9/22 date. Is that accurate, Your Honor?
No, that was an error, sir. The misdemeanor is going to travel with the felony, and the felony will be heard on the 29th. We'll address the misdemeanor file at that time as well.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to negate the 9/22 date. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you then, sir.
See you in September. Have a great Labor Day.
Your Honor.
Marianne, was that you?
No, that was Miss Greer.
Good morning, Ms. Greer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Just popping in to ask a question really, really quick. Our trial this afternoon at 12:30. Is it live or is it Zoom?
It's all live.
It's all live? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's with
Okay.
Mr. Larson?
Yes.
Can I have a breakout
Yes,
room with
ma'am.
Ms. Greer? Remember this case at all.
Yes, thank you. Miss Attorney McCoy, as soon as Ms. Gillis gets back, we'll call your case, okay?
Okay, and it's a waiver. I did talk to Mr. Ponder. He wants to waive.
You can do a waiver without me.
I will. Thank you, ma'am.
Judge?
This is 210328, State of Michigan versus Dwayne Ponder.
Jane Gillis. Oh, shoot. You know what?
You're fine, Ms. Gillis. Ms. McCoy?
Good morning, Your Honor. Robin McCoy, P63057 on behalf of Mr. Dwayne Ponder. And we have no objection to appearing via Zoom in light of the pandemic.
Thank you. I just got another question. I'm sorry. Heather, you are right. It is a Zoom exam. Marianne, if you want to send a note to them that it is Zoom, not exam, bench trial with Ms. Greer and Ms. Gillis. I'm sorry, Ms. McCoy and Mr. Ponder. State your name, Mr. Ponder.
Dwayne Ponder.
Thank you. This matter was scheduled for PCC this morning. Ms. McCoy, you've indicated that is going to be a waiver.
Yes, that's correct. I did go over the discovery with Mr. Ponder and talk about this case, and he's expressed that he wants to waive and have this go to the circuit court. Is that correct, Mr. Ponder?
Yes.
Mr. Ponder, you understand that you have an absolute right to have an exam in this matter where the prosecutor would have to prove that both a crime had been committed and there was probable cause to conclude that you were involved in the commission of that crime?
Yes.
And you wish to waive your right to have that exam?
Yes.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
No one's threatened you in any way, promised you anything?
No.
You understand that if the court accepts your waiver, the next step in these proceedings will be an arraignment on the information at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice.
Yes.
Ms. McCoy, inasmuch as you and your client appear virtually, will you authorize the court to sign the waiver on your behalf?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on behalf of your client?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. The court will sign the waiver with the authorization of Ms. McCoy and Mr. Ponder. Mr. Ponder, again, you'll be bound over as previously charged in this matter. Your arraignment on the information will be at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice on September 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. Your previously entered bond with any conditions will continue. Anything else in this matter, Ms. McCoy?
No, thank you, Your Honor. It's good seeing you. I hope that you and your staff stay safe.
Thank you. Mr. Ponder, you have a wonderful day and good luck to you, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Bowers. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 1 second. Hey. Thank you, sir.
Unless it's like a CC
Yes. Ms. Gillis, was there something out of your meeting with Ms. Greer?
No, we're all set. It'll be a very quick bench trial.
It is by Zoom. Heather corrected me as soon as you.
It is by Zoom. Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. We have Bowers, 135325 ST, State of Michigan versus Tanisha Bowers. Ms. Bowers, unmute yourself and state your name for me, please. Mr. Boyer, do you need to speak to your client or will you be ready to proceed next?
I just need to harass Jane for a minute.
Let me do this, Ms. Bowers, and then I'll put you in with Ms. Gillis. Ms. Bowers,
Thank you.
state your name for me, please.
My name is Tanisha Bowers.
Thank you, ma'am. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on December 27, 2013, really? 2013, in the city of Romulus, you gave false information to a police officer. This is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $500 plus court costs. For purposes of arraignment in this matter, were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for the assistance of counsel, ma'am?
The assistance of counsel.
Ms. Gillis, do you have any insight, information offer in this matter? Is she talking with herself muted again?
Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. That's why I have to mute a lot. I would offer her attempt.
Ms. Bowers, what I'm going to have you do is join Mr. Jadala, our court-appointed attorney, in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Tanisha Bowers, false information offers attempt, and then Ms. Gillis will go. Oh, Ms. Gillis, don't leave. Oh, yeah, Ms. Gillis and Mr. Boria go into a breakout
It's
room.
Erica's? Yeah, no, the bond wasn't addressed. Bond was not addressed.
Mary Ann, I'm leaving, but I'm coming right back.
Pam, it's breakout room 4.
Okay.
Or as far as
No,
I know.
not Jane, not you, Sam.
Okay, not me.
Thank you.
Wait, Jane's staying? I'm sorry, Ms. Gillis is staying? I thought Mr. Mr. Boria was going in with Ms. Gillis.
I didn't hear that. Okay, I was gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. You made me concerned. I thought I was having a moment there.
Jane, it's breakout room 2. Sam, it's breakout room 4. And Mr. Boria, it's gonna be breakout room 2. Jane, can you go back into room 2, please? Thanks.
Hey guys, this is APA Larry King checking back in on Stiegel. Has that case, anything changed on that case since I was here last?
Nothing has changed.
Okay, I have to jump onto yet another Zoom hearing at Third Circuit, but if anything changes, call me and then I'll jump back on as soon as I can.
Okay, I have your number. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, that was perfect timing.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Mr. Jadala.
Can I have a brief opportunity to speak with Ms. Gillis and then go back to Ms. Bowers? We got thrown out pretty prematurely. I'd like a brief conversation with Ms. Gillis.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 1 second before you go. Mr. Boria and Ms. Gillis, did you make some progress in the Hunley matter?
We did. Could I have just a moment? Yeah, we're good, but could I just have a moment with my client to tell her what I worked out?
Ms. Gillis will go in with Mr. Jadala and Mr. Boria will go in with Ms. Hunley. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Grady.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Raimundo Lija, who's with us on Zoom, and it's a PCC, so we will need APA Gillis.
I'm sorry, you said you will need to speak to her?
I just touch base about discovery. I still haven't received any. So.
Okay.
But I guess we can do that on the record. I don't need a breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you. So still no Stiegel. Bowers. Oh, Kaplinger. Mary Ann is going to be. I'm trying to keep us relatively on track. So it's going to be Bowers, and then Hunley, and then Kaplinger, and then Harris. That's not true, Mary Ann. It'll be Ms. Grady before Harris.
Judge, I'm not sure if you're aware, for Miss Keith, Miss Emily Elijah is the NDS for her.
For who?
For Miss Keith, Rashonda Keith.
And we're here, Your Honor.
Am I aware?
Yes, I wasn't sure if you were informed.
You wrote NDS, and that's at 10 o'clock, and the cases I just indicated I was going to do are the 9:30 cases.
Yep, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know. I didn't know if you
I
were aware.
appreciate your assistance.
Well, thank you.
Docket Fairy. Mr. Jadala and Ms. Gillis, was that enough time for Ms. Bowers?
Yes. Can you tell me, Your Honor, what jurisdiction that is out of?
It is Michigan State Police out of Romulus. 275 and 94.
And it's a 2013 case?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jowell would like a final pretrial. I suggested just sending it for a quick bench trial, but because that will cause them to send their guy in if he's available.
Well, let's back up for purposes of arraignment.
Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stay mute.
Thank you. Bond of 1,000 personal. So was it a final pretrial, Mr. Jadala? Is that what you're looking for?
Your Honor, I was looking for a final pretrial where a witness, the officer has to appear at that point, see if he recollects this matter or if he'd like to proceed to a trial.
Okay. Final pretrial on the 15th or the 22nd of September?
Just 1 second, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
22nd would be better for me, Judge.
The 22nd has you back with me. Final pretrial on September the 22nd, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. Officer must appear. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
No, Your Honor, but I'm going to have Robert take over for a few minutes. I forgot my charging cord.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you very much. Ms. Bowers, we'll see you again September 22nd, okay?
Okay,
And Ms. Bowers, you have
a question.
Ms. Bowers, wait 1 second before your question. You have an outstanding matter with this court. You owe $292 with a payment that was due 2 days ago, okay?
Yes.
What's your question?
I was wondering, like, how long would this take to get resolved? Because I'm actually trying to get my license, just so I have a medical needs son that I need to be driving to U of M and get different therapies for and everything. So that's why I've been going to each court, paying and doing what I have to do to get things done. And when Romulus came up from the Secretary of State, I knew I've never been to Romulus. Like, I don't understand this charge. And I've never had a license. So if I got these charges, why wouldn't I have a charge with no license as well? Driving with no license, no insurance, just giving false.
Ms. Bowers, you'll be back here on the 22nd of September, okay? Are you ready on Hunley?
I am, Your Honor.
This is 210553 SD, State of Michigan versus Princess Maria Hunley. Appearances, please.
Robert Lugerai for the people, P85243.
IP number, sir? I'm sorry?
P85243, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Attorney Aaron Bory on behalf of Ms. Hunley. My P number is 73688.
Thank you, sir. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning.
Your Honor, as to
How are we
arraignment, I would waive
proceeding?
formal reading and I would stand her mute.
Ms. Hunley, would you state your name for me, please?
Yes, Princess Maria Hunley.
Thank you. Stand mute to the charges.
Yes.
Mine is set at 5,000 personal. No alcohol during these proceedings.
I did have a chance to
For
pre-try
purposes
the
of
case, Your
pretrial,
Honor.
I'm sorry.
I did have a chance to pre-try the case. We have a resolution.
Oh, wonderful. That will be,
Your Honor, after talking to Ms. Gillis, she's willing to offer a reduction to operating while intoxicated. The original charge of high BAC would be dismissed. I've gone over that with Ms. Hunley as well as her trial rights. She wishes to waive those and accept the plea offer.
Ms. Hunley, were you able to hear the statements just made by Mr. Boria?
Yes.
And is it your desire to accept the offer made by the prosecutor this morning?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea of guilty to operating while intoxicated and dismiss the operating with high BAC, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yes.
You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on December 27, 2020, in Van Buren Township, I'm going to stop for 1 second. Mr. Boria, before we continue, I did not realize that this was, oh, I'm sorry. Strike that. Ms. Hunley, again, is it true that on December 27, 2020, you were found to be operating a vehicle while intoxicated?
Yes.
You were under the influence of alcoholic liquor?
Yes.
And that affected your ability to operate the vehicle?
Yes.
Thank you. Satisfied, Mr. Prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Boria?
I am, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty to count 2, operating while intoxicated. Count 1, operating with high BAC, will be dismissed. The matter will be referred to probation. For interview, and they will schedule your sentencing date. Your phone number, please, Ms. Hunley.
313-434-0733.
And your email address.
PMROBIN3@gmail.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So again, Mr. Boria, the probation department will reach out to your client to schedule the interview, and then they'll schedule the sentencing date, okay?
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further in this matter on behalf of the people?
I guess not.
Anything further, Mr. Boria?
Have a great week, Your Honor.
Thank you too, Ms. Hunley. We'll see you back here for sentencing. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye, Your Honor.
Judge, I gotta say
Thank you.
something, okay?
Oh, what?
The offer was high BAC, drop the count 2, and I had to leave because I was running out of charge. I'd forgotten my cord. So that's a problem.
I thought
It is
you
a
said
problem.
drop
I'm sorry.
the IBAC.
No, we don't drop the high BAC unless it's below a 0.20.
Well, I misunderstood.
So do we need to go, do
Back.
we need to revisit this matter?
Yes.
Mr.
Well,
Boria,
I'd
do you
like
need to go
to-
back in with your client or, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like an opportunity to submit a reduction letter then. She has no prior record. There was no accident. Frankly, I'm a little shocked. I've had a lot of these reductions with Wayne County. I thought Jane was willing to reduce it. I simply misunderstood. So I would like an opportunity to write a letter to their office and see if I can't do better for my client.
You can write Miss Van Mark. It's just that we have a standard plea form, and if it's above 0.20, if she was 1.19, it would be regular OWI.
And that's what her PBT was. I don't know if that matters.
What was her?
So for purposes of this, of this case, if you're going to submit a request for reduction, Mr. Boria, we will, actually, then there is no plea in this matter. There's no referral to probation. Are you looking to adjourn the pretrial technically?
I am. I'm sorry. I misunderstood Ms. Gillis.
That's okay. Put the pretrial over to the 15th or the 22nd?
Yeah.
Let's do the 15th.
September 15th, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green. Ms. Hunley, September 15th, 9:15 a.m. with Judge Green, back by Zoom again.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you.
Ms. Gillis, are we now all set in this matter?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Boria, all set?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so very much. Ms. Hunley, good luck to you, ma'am. This is 21L548400A and B. Wayne County Sheriff's Local 084 versus Jeremiah Kaplinger.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. State your name for me, please.
Jeremiah Kaplinger.
Mr. Kaplinger, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pre-trial, sir. It's alleged that on July 14, 2021, in the city of Romulus, you drove while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fine of up to $500 plus court costs. It's also alleged that on that day, July 14, 2021, you were a distracted driver. This is a civil infraction with the usual fine and cost of $180. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking for the assistance of the attorney, the court-appointed attorney?
Assistance of attorney, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, is there any offer in this matter? You're muted, ma'am.
Sorry, this says DIST Drive. What is that?
Distracted driving?
Oh, okay. So I'll dismiss the distracted driving plea to the DWLS.
Mr. Jadala. Straight up to the DWLS, Ms. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Jadala and Mr. Kaplinger into a breakout room, please, Mary Ann. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. This is 210548FY, State of Michigan versus Raimondo Leah. Ms. Mott. I'm sorry, Ms. Grady.
Apologize, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Kate DeMott Grady, P83667, on behalf of Raymundo Legia, who's with us on Zoom. Mr. Legia, will you please state your name for the record? Your Honor, I'll call him right now.
And I note that Mr. Stiegel is here now, so that will be Mr. Sallin. I see you. I'll get to you in just one moment.
Can you tell me what time that was at?
Thank you, Your Honor.
What time? What was that? Leah? 9:30.
Your Honor, if you'd like to pass on this while I work out audio. Oh, maybe he's here. Can you hear us?
Oh, I know what case this is.
No, he's frozen on my end. So we're going to pass
right.
this matter for one moment.
Thank
On
you.
the Stiegel matter, Ms. Quick and Mr. King.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is 210494 FY, State of Michigan versus Leandre Stiegel.
Yes, Your Honor. Larry King for the people, P78774.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Lamondre Stiegel, who is present via Zoom.
Could you state your name for me, please, Mr. Stiegel?
Yes, Lamondre Lamar Stiegel.
And your current address, sir?
5108 St. Clair Street, Detroit, Michigan.
482.
Hold on one second. No.
If you don't know it, that's fine, sir.
Okay.
We're here this morning for the adjourned PCC. How are we proceeding this morning?
I did receive paper discovery. Mr. King, can you tell me if there was digital discovery sent as well?
I believe so. Bear with me. I'll double check. I apologize again for the delay. Digital discovery was emailed on August the 10th.
I will double check that. We would like to
Don't
set
have
this
it, please let
for
me know.
a live exam, and if I don't have that discovery, I'll reach out to Mr. King.
Mary Ann, I've given away the September dates. What do you have for us?
The special is October 18th, in the afternoon is open.
That's wonderful because I'm
October.
already before the court on that date.
October
Oh,
18th
Mary
at
Ann,
what time?
I'm sorry. Yours is October 4th. I was looking at Judge Oakley's. Yours is October 4th.
Heather,
so
if you're going to
sorry.
make up dates, I'm
I
telling
know.
you.
I'm so sorry.
And unfortunately, I cannot do October 4th. I have a jury trial downtown, October 4th.
Then you guys are November 15th specialty unless. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you say November 15th?
Yep. You don't have anything in October?
November 15th at what time?
In any time. You don't have anything scheduled that day. November 15th, nothing scheduled.
At 9 a.m., Mr. King, Miss Quick.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, November 15th is not a good day for me.
Not good at all?
No, I will be out that day.
Okay. Mary Ann, can you look to see the last week of September? Mr. King, are you available on the 27th? I'm sorry, Mary Ann, I'm asking out loud. But
I am. I am as of right now, so yes.
the 27th, we have arraignments. Miss Quick, are you available on the 27th?
Of September?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
September the 27th, 2021. Can we do it at 9?
Works for the people.
That works for us as well, Your Honor.
At 9 a.m., back with me, live exam. Mary Ann, I'm sorry for that weird time. September 27th, we have arraignments, but we have this live exam at 9 a.m. Anything else, Mr. King?
Nothing further for the people. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Quick, before you go, Mr. Stiegel has some outstanding matters with this court. He needs to call or go online and submit a request for a payment plan. He owes $835 on some other unrelated matters.
I'll discuss that with Mr. Stiegel. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Have a good day. Mr. Jadala, was that sufficient time with Mr. Kaplinger?
It was. If I could just have a brief conversation with Ms. Gillis here.
Absolutely. Mr. Batar, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good, thank you. I have Luis Rodriguez, and I also need to speak with Jane.
There's a couple things, well, 4 things ahead of you, Mr. Batar.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Mary Ann, Mr. Jadala, Ms. Gillis.
Breakout room 2.
Thank you. Ms. Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Leah, are you able to hear us now? Mr. Jadala, were you joined by Ms. Gillis at some point?
Never, Judge.
Try that again.
Breakout room 2.
Ms. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning for your arraignment? And pre-trial, were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
Proceed on my own.
There'll be 3 cases ahead of you, okay? And then I'll call your case.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Sallin, will you need to talk to your client or to the prosecutor?
No, Your Honor, I've talked with my client. We've gone over discovery. This is going to be a waiver of the preliminary exam, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, may I? This is Attorney DeMott Grady. I'm wondering, would it be okay if I had Mr. Leha on speakerphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will see if I can get him on that. Thank you.
Mr. Jadala and Ms. Gillis, are you ready on Kaplinger?
And Your Honor, just real briefly, I didn't know if the court, Prosecutor Gillis did not have a copy of my client's driving record. I just wanted to know if the court had one that they could peruse real fast and to enlighten us.
We do. There's Do you want to send the other prosecutor in here to get it, or you want me to just tell you what's on it?
If you could just let us know where the suspension stems from?
There was a accident back on August 23rd, 2015 out of Westland.
And that
That's the only thing I see on here.
Okay. And that's what caused the suspension? So he's been continuously suspended since then, Judge?
It does, no, you know, that's what's on here, but that can't be what this is.
Well, if he could, you know what, let's set it for final plea trial and have him go get his record and bring it to you, Mr. Jadala, or mail it to you.
Yeah, and I understand, and I've advised him of that. He's been trying for the last, since this pullover to get that. He hasn't been successful with the Secretary of State yet. They're suffering major delays. I know that. And I just wanted to ascertain, because he's extremely, we will set up for a final pretrial, Judge. I just thought maybe if the court or the prosecutor had it so we could ascertain where the suspension comes from, because he denies being suspended.
Well, the other thing is you could set it for a bench trial and a informal hearing or formal hearing on the distracted driving, and do it a Zoom bench trial. And if the officers don't show.
Mr. Jadala, how you doing, sir?
I'm sorry. This is the case that ends in 400. For purposes of arraignment, Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, would waive formal reading and stand you ask for a final pretrial, Judge.
Thank you. Bond is set at $3,000 personal. Mr. Kaplinger, you don't need to post any money, but what you do need to do is reappear for the final pretrial that we will put on September the 22nd, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Back by Zoom, back with me. If you're able to get a copy of your driving record in the interim, Mr. Jadala, the court doesn't see what the basis of the suspension is, so maybe Mr. Kaplinger will be able to produce something that clears it up.
I appreciate that, Judge. Thank you very much.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
No, but I'm just going to tell Mr. Kaplinger, if you go on right at 8 o'clock to make an appointment, you can. That you got to just keep redialing, and then there's another time like 12 or 12:30. I've made appointments within 48 hours.
All right. If Miss Gillis, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you say continuously call at 8 a.m.?
Yep. There's like a window.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
This is 210609 FY State of Michigan versus Laura Lambert. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alvin Sallin, P23797, on behalf of Miss Lambert. We consent to have these proceedings by Zoom. Miss Lambert, would you please identify yourself?
Unmute yourself, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Laura Lambert.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning. I'm sorry, arraignment and PCC this morning. For purposes of arraignment, Mr. Sallin, how are we proceeding?
We stand mute, Your Honor. Waive reading of the warrant of the complaint. Ask that a personal bond be set in this matter, Your Honor.
Personal bond of $5,000.
Thank you, Judge.
And for the purposes of the PCC?
Your Honor, the record should reflect that I have received a discovery from the prosecutor's office. I have shared that with my client. I've explained to her the nature and purposes of a preliminary examination. She understands that the people must prove by a probable cause standard that the crime charged in the complaint was committed within the jurisdiction of this court and probable cause to believe that she committed that crime. With that information, Your Honor, we waive our rights to a preliminary examination, knowing this matter is going to go to the circuit court for final resolution.
Ms. Lambert, were you able to hear Mr. Sallin this morning?
Yes.
And you've had an opportunity to discuss this matter with him?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that you have an absolute right to have an examine this matter where the people would have to prove that both a crime had been committed and probable cause exists to believe that you were involved in the commission of that crime.
Correct. So if
And
I'm
knowing that you still wish, go ahead.
so I'm just to make sure I'm understanding what I'm doing today is asking for them to show some like more information.
No, Ms. Lambert, as I explained to you, at the district court level, people only have to show probable cause that you committed the crime. You have discovery, which I've gone over with you. That's all that would occur at this level. If the people are able to show that, the case, because this is a felony charge, goes to the circuit court for ultimate resolution. There may be a resolution, given these circumstances, we would ask for something less than a felony, but we have to, that's what's at the point right now. Okay?
Okay.
Again, ma'am, knowing this, you still wish to waive your right to have an examine this matter?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Mr. Sallin, inasmuch as you and your client are appearing virtually, there is no signed white waiver. Do you authorize the court to execute the waiver on your behalf
I do, Your Honor.
and on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is signing the waiver on behalf of defense counsel and defendant. Ms. Lambert, you'll be bound over as previously charged. Your next appearance date will be the arraignment on the information on September 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. The bond that the court just entered, the $5,000 personal, will continue in this matter. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Sallin?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Good seeing you. Ms. Lambert,
Thank
I
you.
will
Good luck
call
to
you.
you.
You can leave the meeting now, okay?
Ms. Gillis, in the matter of Harris, she's on the phone. She wants to speak to Mr. Jadala. There's an operating while intoxicated. Is there anything that you need to communicate to Mr. Jadala before he goes into a breakout room with Ms. Harris?
Is this Tarona Harris?
Yes.
It would be impaired. We shouldn't have this case. It's crazy.
Mr. Jadala, did you hear that? Thank you. Ms. Grady, were you able to get Mr. Leah on the speakerphone?
Yes, Your Honor, I have him here.
This is 210548 FY State of Michigan versus Raimondo Leah. I already have your appearances. This again was scheduled for an adjourned PCC. There was a note from the July 28th PCC that there was no discovery yet. How are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, I still have not received any discovery, and I would be making a motion to dismiss at this point.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I've got to.
Wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Grab his file.
Okay, this is a auto theft case,
You want to give me the
and
Demetrius
all I have
file?
is that they never received the file, or Al County never received the file. So if I don't have the file, I can't send discovery. So I really don't have any explanation because I haven't been here for the last time, so I don't know.
I mean, I would just note my office first requested discovery July 6th, and then I got it again on July 28th. If we don't even have a file, not quite sure what else I'm supposed to do.
Respectfully, Ms. Grady, the court's going to deny your motion to dismiss. Mr. Leah was just arraigned on July the 28th. I will make a notation in the file that your first discovery request appears to have been about 6 weeks ago.
So Your Honor, at this point, then I would be requesting an in-person preliminary exam date.
With no discovery?
Yep, yes.
Okay.
I don't want to end up in a situation where we're just adjourning PCCs over and over again. So, that would be my preference if the court would allow.
If that's your preference, that's fine. But what I was starting to say was that I'm making a notation in the file that discovery was requested 6 weeks ago. And when you come before either Judge Oakley over the next 2 weeks or Judge Green in the following 2 weeks, or back with me 5-6 weeks from now, if you rather set an exam, we'll set an exam. I'll proceed how you indicate, Ms. Grady.
Thank you, Your Honor, for that explanation. I will do a PCC then.
I'm a little confused. Where's her client? Oh, wait.
He's on speakerphone. I apologize. He's having issues with Zoom.
Okay.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Let's do, APA Gills, is there somebody I should contact in Pat 2 or?
Anybody in Pat 2. It's a real.
Okay.
This is not the only court I have a problem with them at, so.
I'm sure, and I know it's not, yes. I know it's a special unit. Let's do 2
Anybody.
weeks.
I'm sorry, Ms. Grady, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I apologize. 2 weeks, please.
2 weeks puts you on September 1st, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. And that's with Judge Oakley.
Thank you.
Last adjournment for discovery. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Yes.
Nothing, Your Honor.
No.
And nothing
Thank you.
from
Anything
defense.
else, Ms. Grady?
No, Your Honor, and I will update Mr. Leah on the date. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Mary Ann, Mr. Batar wanted to speak with Ms. Gillis on the Luis Rodriguez matter, please. Mr. Goldstein, I see you this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Is your client with you or do you know where she is?
Your Honor, there was a misunderstanding. I got a call from the court several days ago saying they did not have communication information for her. So we gave her the information, but my secretary and I made a mistake and said it was tomorrow. And then this morning I realized, wait a minute, they don't do felony matters in 34th on Thursdays. They do them on Wednesdays. So we did call her and left her, and I believe she's going to be logging on in the next couple of minutes.
Okay. I wanted to acknowledge you. We're running skosh behind schedule, but we're making it through the docket. Mr. Fish, similarly, I see you. Your client scheduled at 10:45. We're running just, again, skosh behind, but we're getting there.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Jadala, did you have time to talk to Ms. Harris?
I did, Judge, and I advised her since she was on the phone, it may be tough to get out of the breakout room, that she might have to hang up and recall in.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Ms. Harris?
She is back,
Yes,
Judge.
ma'am.
Good. Mary Ann, what we're gonna do is Rodriguez, Harris, Keith. Mr. Batar, was that sufficient time with Ms. Gillis?
It was, Your Honor.
This is 1S3872052 A and B, State of Michigan versus Luis Rodriguez. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pre-trials in this matter. There's an indication from July 14, 2021 that discovery was outstanding. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, Ms. Gillis did provide me with the police report. I have reviewed it with my client. She is making an offer today where my client would plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired, and the open intox would be dismissed. And Mr. Rodriguez would like to take advantage of that offer. Is that correct, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Batar, I have it as 2 open intox. Is that not? Oh, sorry. No, that's me.
Ms. Gillis thought the same thing, Judge.
Yeah, it's hyphenated weird. So, and I completely lost my train of thought as soon as I saw that it was weird. So he's going to plead to the operating while intoxicated and the open intox is dismissed, or vice versa?
No, he's going to visibly impaired.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And the open intox is dismissed. Yeah, it's weird. I know.
Mr. Rodriguez, would you state your name for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Luis Rodriguez.
And sir, you were able to hear the conversation that the parties just had regarding the offer from the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the offer is that if you plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired, the open intox and the operating while intoxicated will be dismissed.
Correct, Your Honor.
And you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor.
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on April 4th, 2021, in the city of Romulus, you operated a vehicle while you were visibly impaired?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Batar?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea to the added count of operating while visibly impaired. I'm sorry, to the reduced count of operating while visibly impaired, and will dismiss the open intox. This matter will be referred to probation for interview and the scheduling of a sentence date. Mr. Rodriguez, your phone number, please.
It is 313-615-9594.
And your email address.
CALI22LUIS@gmail.com.
Thank you, sir. The probation department will be reaching out to you to talk to you and schedule your sentence date.
Correct.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Bitar?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You
Mr.
too.
Rodriguez, I'll call you later.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good, please. No, I'll be fine. Hold on. Mr. Jadala, Ms. Harris.
Yes, Judge.
This is 210471 SD, State of Michigan versus Harris.
And Your Honor, respectfully, Sam
Appearances,
Jadala.
please.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Harris. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. Ms. Harris understands what she's being charged with as well as the possible penalties. I've gone over her rights and she understands those. At this time, Your Honor, she wishes to avail herself to the plea of operating while visibly impaired, and she understands that she's waiving those rights that I've gone over with her by accepting this plea.
Ms. Harris, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had the opportunity to speak to him in a breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've discussed with him the plea offer being made by the prosecutor in this case?
Yes, I have.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea of guilty to the reduced count of operating while visibly impaired, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that you won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor, no one's, made me feel that I have to do that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
I said no one had, made me feel like I had to do this. This is what I had to do, is guilty because I was guilty.
Okay. Ma'am, is it true that on April the 2nd, 2021, in the city of Romulus, that you operated a vehicle while you were visibly impaired?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea to the reduced count of operating while visibly impaired. Inasmuch as this is your first appearance, there was not bond in this matter. The court will set your bond backwards, but for the purposes of the record, $5,000 personal, no alcohol during the pendency of this matter. The next step in these proceedings is you will be interviewed by the probation department and a sentence date will be scheduled. Do you have an email address, Ms. Harris?
Yes, it's TARO. They hear you?
TARO? Yes, ma'am.
NDA.H@iCloud.com.
Okay, ma'am, the probation department will be emailing you and calling you in the next few days. Please respond to their efforts at communication, okay?
And Your Honor, just real briefly, Ms. Harris seems to think that she had an original arraignment date in which the arraignment date actually arrived to her after, in the mail after the actual date. When she called the court, she was told that she was suspended for missing that court date. And once she appeared today, that would be waived. Is that anything that this court sees in its file?
There is a failure to appear from July the 7th that was scheduled with me. I see that the warrant was canceled, but I don't see an explanation as to why. It says telephone call received, but it doesn't explain anything and they removed the $45. So if she, I don't. So it appears that maybe the suspension was lifted.
Judge, I show in the computer that she's still suspended on that case.
Well, may I say something?
1 second, Mrs. Harris. I've explained to the judge the reason why you didn't show up to court is because you received the court date after it had actually taken place, and you immediately called the court once you received that to advise them.
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
I can't tell. Mr. Jadala, the contact that I see is from July the 23rd. So I mean, I understand what Ms. Harris is alleging, but
right, because I show that we mailed out notice on June 8th for the hearing for July 7th.
Right, I never got that until after. And I went and got my tags on the 20th. My suspension came on the 23rd.
so Ms. Harris, when you speak, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, I see that she requested for the hearing, she went online on July 19th. Or we advised her to go online on the 19th, and then she was suspended on the 21st. So I don't know when we received notice of when she did go online.
Because I called.
So Ms. Harris, when you talk to probation, discuss this matter with them, okay?
I didn't hear you.
I said, when you talk to probation, you can discuss that with them. And if there's something they need to bring to the court's attention, they will do that, ma'am, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Miss Elijah had to leave. She'll be back shortly to address Miss Keith. Miss Quick, what do you have left?
My final case is Vincent Matthews, who is present.
Matthews and then GFL. This is 210599 FD, State of Michigan versus Vincent Matthews.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Vincent Matthews, who is appearing via Zoom.
Unmute yourself and state your name for me, please, Mr. Matthews.
Vincent McGarrett Matthews.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for arraignment in PCC this morning. Ms. Quick, for purposes of arraignment.
For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, we would waive formal reading of the information. We would stand mute.
Ask for bond in this matter.
Your Honor, Mr. Matthews has stayed in contact with me. He is here this morning. I don't believe Mr. Matthews has any kind of history that would indicate he would not appear for court or be a danger to anybody. And we would ask for personal bond be set.
Ms. Gillis, any comment?
I don't think there's any cause to reason to believe that he won't show up or anything like that. My only concern is him driving and whether they're testing for how they're testing for alcohol while he's out on bond. He has a history of drinking and driving. That's his only threat to society. If he doesn't drive, I'm okay with him being out on bond.
Your recommendation from law enforcement from July 9, 2021 is that they do not oppose a personal bond. Bond will be set at 5,000 personal. Mr. Matthews, no alcohol during the pendency of this matter.
Yes, ma'am.
For the purposes of PCC,
Your Honor, we have some paper discovery. We would request the supplemental report as well as the digital discovery.
What do you mean by supplemental report?
The discovery indicates a supplemental alcohol influence report. I assume it has to do with the a recounting of the dexterity tests that were performed by Mr. Matthews.
The dexterity tests?
Yes, the divided attention tests.
And video, if any?
Yes, there should, I believe, be body cam and dash cam, at least body cam, I would suspect.
I don't know if does Sumter have body cam? I'm not sure they do. But there would be dash cam for sure. It's all yours. Call them, have them uploaded immediately.
I'll make a notation in the file that discovery is outstanding, the supplemental report and video discovery, if any. To put the PCC over 1, 2, 3 weeks. How long do you need?
3 weeks, please.
You can have 3 weeks, yes, please.
Let me put the date.
3 weeks puts us on September 15th. Let's say 9 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green. Adjourn PCC to September 15th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Judge Green by Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Quick?
No, Your Honor, that would be all.
Thank you. Mr. Matthews, good luck to you. See you here on the 15th of September.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fisher, you have to wait just a little while longer. We had Ms. Elijah return in the matter of 201482 FD, State of Michigan versus Rashonda Keith.
Good morning, Emily Elijah. I've returned. I apologize for leaving. I had a judge call me in a different courtroom.
Ms. Keith, would you state your name for the record, please?
Rashonda Keith.
This matter is scheduled for arraignment and PCC this morning. For purposes of arraignment, Ms. Elijah, how are we proceeding?
We would stand mute and waive formal reading.
Thank you. As for bond in this matter, Ms. Elijah, any comment?
We would ask for a personal bond. This is an allegation from a significant time ago. The offense date is June 2020. So I'd ask for a personal bond from Ms. Keith. She has 3 children. They're starting to go into nursing, taking those tests now.
You're breaking up, ma'am.
Oh, I apologize. This event is from June 2020. On my notes, and Ms. Keith has 3 children, and she's about to take her test to go into nursing school. So I'd ask for a personal bond.
Any comment, Ms. Gillis?
This is similar to the last case, Your Honor. We need to put parameters so she doesn't drive.
Well, there's a recommendation I just found at the bottom of the file from law enforcement that they don't oppose personal bond. Court will set your bond at 5,000 personal. But Ms. Keith, in as much as there's an indication that this is your 3rd offense, the court is going to put the condition of no alcohol in this matter. For purposes of PCC, have the parties had an opportunity to speak?
Not yet, Your Honor. Because this is a true third, I am going to be asking, submitting a letter regarding sobriety court for Ms. Keith, so I would ask to adjourn the PC.
Are you writing Gary Bresnahan? Is that what you're?
That's what I was saying, and I didn't have an opportunity to go into a breakout room, but with you. But yeah, Mr. Bresnahan contact for that. I can CC you on that.
This is a true third. She has to be, yeah, I would write, I guess, write them.
And adjourn the PCC out how far?
Well, I would ask for mid-September if possible. I have some vacation upcoming at the end of August.
The 22nd or the 15th?
The 22nd, please.
PCC will be adjourned to September the 22nd, 2021 at 9 a.m. That'll be back with me.
I'm sorry,
Zoom.
I missed that.
September 22nd at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else in this matter?
Nothing from defense.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Keith. We're all set. We'll see you back here in September, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court received a message from Mr. Goldstein that Ms. Falcon was in the waiting room. I brought in the only unnamed person, Crystal Falcon.
Yes, sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, you're misnamed, Ms. Falcon. Give me.
I'm sorry. I didn't know how to, I was trying to hurry up.
No, ma'am, you're fine. You're
Okay.
fine. This is 210598FY, State of Michigan versus Crystal Falcon. Appearances, please.
Jane
David
Gillis,
I.
on behalf of the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant.
This matter is scheduled for arraignment in PCC this morning for purposes of arraignment. Mr. Goldstein, what say you?
We waive the reading of the complaint, Your Honor. My client stands viewed asked that a not guilty plea be entered.
Thank you. There's also a note from the criminal clerk to verify her address. Ms. Falcon, your address, please.
45857 E-Course Road, Belleville, Michigan, 48111.
Thank you. Mr. Goldstein, for bond in this matter, do you have any comment?
Yes, Your Honor. My client did appear today voluntarily after she was notified of this pending matter. She has no other matters pending at the present time. We would ask for a personal bond.
Ms. Gillis, any comment?
I have no objection to that. I do have a question though. Mr. Goldstein, you were sent discovery on the night of 8/16. Did you get it?
Let me check while we're doing this.
But I have no objection to a personal bond.
Thank you. There's an indication from law enforcement for bond of 5,000, 10%. The court will depart from that. Bond will be set at 5,000 personal. Thank you. I'm making some kind of mess this morning. Does it? Look over here. I keep throwing them to the right.
Ms. Gillis, did you say the 16th?
Yes.
No, we did not get it. The problem is that very often people use the Bar Association email, which is no longer correct. So it's possible.
What's your email? You can change that online, you know.
I'm sorry?
You can change your bar address on email online.
I've tried several times, but anyway, it's davidgoldstein.law.
Wait, slow down. David
Goldstein.
Uh-huh.
.law
.law
at gmail.com.
Inasmuch as discovery is outstanding, I'm going to conclude that the parties are looking for an adjournment of the PCC.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. Do you
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I'm sorry.
3 weeks, Your Honor.
Mr. Goldstein, is that any capitals in that?
No.
No?
It doesn't matter. It's not case sensitive.
Okay.
But no, I do it without capitals.
Go ahead.
If they come last, that's fine. If they come here last to put the seal up. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, Your Honor, please.
3 weeks will put us on September the 8th, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green. Adjourn the PCC to September 8th, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. with Judge Green. That will be again by Zoom. I've made a notation in the file that discovery is outstanding, but it appears that Mr. Goldstein has now verified his email address for Madam Prosecutor. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
You say September 8th or 28th?
8th.
8th.
Okay.
September 8th, 2021 at 8:45 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Gillis.
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Falcon. We'll see you in September.
Okay.
Mr. Fish.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
No, don't let them leave. I'll stop. I'll take a break when they're here. If they come last, I'll take a break so they can put this up. You see, Judge Green interrupts me, so I'm going to put everything on her docket. This is 21L022794 A, B, and C, GFL Environmental USA. Mr. Fish, thank you for your patience, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you, Judge. Michael Fish on behalf of GFL.
Mr. Fish, I can't hear you.
Is that better now, Judge, or not?
Oh, that's perfect right there. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Fish on behalf of GFL Environmental. If we have a chance to talk to Ms. Gillis, we can probably get this resolved today.
If you speak to Ms. Gillis, is that what you said?
Correct.
What case is it?
You're going.
GFL
GFL at 10:45.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
I sent you a quick message.
Been on vacation.
You sent who a message?
Ms. Gillis. Well, we can join.
Mary Ann's going to put you into a breakout room.
Thank you.
There's a gentleman in a car with a gray button-up shirt on and red corded headphone. Your name, please? Yes, sir. You're muted, sir.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Hugh Anthony Dark.
Mr. Dark.
Yes.
Okay. If you sit tight, we'll get to you in just 1 second. Mr. Branham, you're actually the
I'm
file I
sorry.
have over here to the side.
Judge, I'm sorry, what was the gentleman's name?
Mr. Dark, D-A-R-K-E. We did the arraignment. Mr. Branham,
Yes, ma'am.
you're represented by the MIDC attorney.
I'm not sure exactly if I have an attorney representing me or not. I haven't met with anybody.
Okay. Sit tight. We're making progress. Mr. Harden.
Yes.
Mr. Harden, what are you here for?
I have a pickup truck with a 2-car trailer, and because I took the box off, they say that I should have a overweight
Is the ticket
plate.
is it in your name or is it in a business name?
It's Midwest Transport, my company.
Midwest Transport. Thank you, sir. Miss Elijah.
Yes, Your Honor.
What are you here for?
Your Honor, I'm also here for Lawrence Howard.
I'm sorry.
Lawrence Howard.
She just wants to get everybody a little
Well, the
Yeah.
P-WAD, yeah, it could be.
Powers? P-O-W-E-R-S?
She's really fast. Really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it. She's
Howard, Howard, at 10 o'clock.
Bowers. We did
Yeah.
Bowers, didn't we?
Howard with an 8.
Not as long as me. Like she came like a year after me. We were both
At
defense.
10 Howard.
Kim came.
Lawrence Howard. Okay. Miss Gillis and Mr. Fish back on. How did I lose that file? Back on GFL.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
How are we proceeding in this?
We're going to drop the spill loads. He's going to pay $14.88 on the overrate.
So we have count 1 and count 2. are gonna be
$14.88 on the overweight.
Which is
Yep.
count 1.
And Mr. Fish, you had authorization for your client to enter a plea of responsible to this overweight
I do, Judge.
and to pay the fine of $1,488.
Yes, Judge.
And the other 2 matters will be dismissed. The spill loads will be dismissed.
Yes, Judge.
And how long does your client need to pay the $14.88?
14 days is fine, please.
Anything else in this matter?
Not for me. Thank you, Judge.
Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Fish.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Branham is I'm only going back. Oh, shoot, that was even earlier. Mr. Howard, is Mr. Howard present?
Your Honor, I don't see him here. I would ask to reset this court date. When I received the appointment, it did not include a phone number for Mr. Howard, so I'd have to reset it and give me an opportunity to try and find him.
Do you have contact information for him now?
I have only an address, but I took an investigator on staff who can try and find his phone number and who can also try and go out to the location to try and make contact.
Then, wait, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is 210584 FY, State of Michigan versus Lawrence Howard. Ms. Gillis and Ms. Elijah, I have your appearances noted. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and PCC at 10 o'clock. It's now 11:24 a.m. The defendant is not present. Ms. Elijah has indicated that she has no contact information for him, but it has an investigator who will be attempting to make contact. Ms. Gillis, do you have any objection to a 2-week adjournment in this matter?
No objection, Your Honor.
That puts us on September the 1st at 10:45 a.m. And that will be with Judge Oakley, September 1st, 2021 at 10:45 a.m. with Judge Oakley. Anything else in this matter, Ms.
Yes.
Gillis?
We sent discovery on 8/16. I just want to make sure you got it. It might go to the general sometimes.
I did get it. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Is that all of the discovery?
Well, there would be
That's okay, Ms.
discovery.
Gillis.
There would be a discovery for the misdemeanor retail fraud, but we don't really deal with that at the felony level right now.
That's fine. Thank you, Ms. Elijah.
Thank you.
This
I'm
is
gonna sign off.
193914 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Robert Keith Branham. Mr. Jadala,
Yes, Judge.
thank you. Mr. Branham, would you state your name for the record, please?
Robert Branham.
Thank you. This case is from June the 27th, 2019 out of Belleville. Mr. Branham was arraigned on August 2nd, 2021. He spoke with an MIDC attorney. And this matter was scheduled for a pretrial today. Ms. Greer was present for the arraignment.
What are the charges, Your Honor?
Pretrial, malicious destruction of personal property, trespass. Malicious destruction of property less than $200 and trespass.
Were there any offers by the prosecution, Your Honor?
I would offer MDP less than 200 under advisement, drop the trespass for 6 months if the court would allow.
You want to speak to Mr. Branham?
Yes, please, Judge.
Mr. Branham and Mr. Jadala into a breakout room, please, Mary Ann.
Room 3.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is 1S38920046ST, State of Michigan versus Midwest Transport of Ionia.
Yeah.
Mr. Harden,
Yes.
state your name for the record, please.
Robert Wayne Harden.
Mr. Harden, are you the owner of this company?
Yes.
When you appeared originally, were you told by Judge Oakley that you needed to bring counsel with you?
Yes.
Have you brought an attorney with you this morning?
No, I talked to a couple attorneys on the west side of the state, and they said I should go over to the east side, but at this point I just decided to ask for the fine and just pay the fine, and I'm just going to shut down that vehicle. I'm not going to run it for business.
Ms. Gillis,
Because I got another ticket from a different county, and sounds like I'd have to fight every county in the state of Michigan to keep it running. So I'm just shutting down the vehicle and not using it. So I'd just like to pay a fine and be done with it. Can we do that?
Ms. Gillis, am I understanding the fine in this matter to be $100? Or am I?
Not sure.
Heather, any insight?
With it being a felony, with it being a misdemeanor, judge assesses fines and costs. But a regular registered for civil infraction is $200.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Gillis, is that agreeable?
That's fine.
So was that 200? Did I hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I just call the court telephone number at the top and pay that then?
The file will be downstairs, and it probably would take a day or two, Mr. Harden. But just so that we're all on the same page, is it, sir, that you're wishing to plead responsible to the civil infraction of the unregistered vehicle?
Yes.
Is it true, sir, that on May the 25th, 2021, in the city of Romulus, you had an unregistered vehicle?
Well, it was registered, but not the registration that they're saying that it should have. Is that?
So the answer to the question,
Do I-
okay, thank you, sir. Sir, the court will accept your plea of responsible to the civil infraction, $200 fines and costs total assessed. We're going to say 14 days to pay. But again, it's going to take a day or two for this matter to be processed. So you'll, I would say, wait a couple of days and you can go on the court's website and make a payment that way, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Jadala, was that sufficient time with Mr. Branham?
It was, Judge.
How are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Branham. Your Honor, today Mr. Branham would like to avail himself to the plea where he'll be pleading under advisement to 1 count of malicious destruction of personal property under 200, and the trespassing will be dismissed, and it will be under advisement for 6 months.
Mr. Branham, were you able to speak to Mr. Jadala regarding this matter this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand the offer being made by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that you will be tendering a plea of guilty to the malicious destruction of property less than $200 and that the trespass allegation would be dismissed?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you understand the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to see, call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is it true, sir, that on June the 27th, 2019, in the city of Belleville, you did, in fact, willfully and maliciously destroy or injure personal property of Farhad Sumo, and the amount of the property destroyed was less than $200?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Ms. Gillis?
Satisfied.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor. And Your Honor, at the appropriate time, I'd just like to discuss a little bit about Mr. Branham in his favor, Your Honor.
Absolutely. Mr. Branham, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the malicious destruction of property, personal property less than $200. Trespass is dismissed. To the issue of fines and costs, Mr. Jadala, you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Branham has advised me that on September 1st, he's voluntarily entering into a 1-year-long inpatient rehab facility. He's under very limited financial means, and starting in 2 weeks, he'll be making no money to address his various issues, Your Honor. He's taking the responsibility to do that, and we just wanted to let the court know that.
Thank you.
Let's see this one.
I'm sending a question to Heather. She'll send me an answer. I hear your comments as to fines and costs in this matter, Mr. Jadala. The court, again, is, this plea is taken under advisement for a period of 6 months. No reporting, Mr. Branham, so long as you do in fact incur no new criminal offenses and you pay the fines and costs. The court, understanding the position you're in, will assess the minimum fine of $100, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state costs of $50, and the fund fee of $20. That's $345 by the court's calculations, sir. You can contact the courts. You can go online to the court's website, mi34thdistrictcourt.com, and submit a written request for a payment plan. I understand that you're going to be in this 1-year commitment, but if you're able to do that, you have payment plans on some other matters in the court. They can roll this case into those other matters, okay?
Okay.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you for your consideration in this matter.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Branham. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
This is 210622. State of Michigan versus Hugh Anthony Dark. This matter is scheduled for pretrial this morning. Mr. Dark was originally arraigned back on August 3rd, 2021 with Mr. Royce Nunley present. Appearances, please.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, MIDC counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. Dark.
Mr. Dark, state your name for the record, please.
Hugh Anthony Dark.
Thank you. Again, this matter was scheduled for pretrial this morning. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, if you could let me know what the charges are, and so Ms. Gillis could advise me if there's any plea offers.
There's a domestic violence 1 count arising out of incident that occurred on August 1st, 2021 in Huron Township.
Are there any offers, Judge?
I don't have one. It looks like Ms. Gillis might be looking through her file for one.
Yeah, without talking to the victim, I cannot make an offer based on his prior record.
I'll speak with Mr. Dark. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna give this over to Robert for a few minutes.
Thank you. Uh,
Mr. Dark, join breakout room 3, please.
And then Mr. Lewis has I think the last matter with Mr. Jadala. Mr. Hare?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Simpson did not appear. This is, okay, sit tight for 1 second, sir. This is 210602 SM, State of Michigan versus Deshawnee Simpson. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:45 this morning. It is now 11:38 a.m. by the court's clock. The defendant has failed to appear this morning. The complaining victim is in fact present. Mr. Prosecutor, how do you wish to proceed in this matter?
Issue a capias, Your Honor.
Capias will be issued in this matter. Mr. Hare, thank you for appearing this morning. Bench warrant will be issued for the defendant in this matter.
Okay, I did have a question. I know they had told me I was supposed to talk to somebody about the restitution or a possible getting or all that other stuff. I didn't know who I was supposed to speak to about that or.
Typically, you would talk to the prosecutor or the victim's advocate, but inasmuch as the case will not be resolved this morning because of the defendant's failure to appear, does the prosecutor's office have your contact information, or you want to put it in a chat directly to the prosecutor?
Yes, I did. They did. Somebody did call me and give me the login information to the Zoom meeting and stuff like that. So I know they have my number. They just told me that I should be able to talk to somebody today if it was possible to get the case resolved today, but I guess not.
Okay.
So.
Only
Your Honor,
because
sorry
the
to,
defendant's not here. Go ahead.
sorry to interject. Do you just want to briefly put us in a breakout room and I can speak to the witness, or excuse me, the victim?
If you can let me finish this and then you can go into a breakout room, okay?
Thank you.
This is 200688 SM, State of Michigan versus Shabria Nunn. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:15 a.m. It is now 11:40 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. Mr. Prosecutor, how do you wish to proceed?
Issue a capias, Your Honor.
Thank you. Capias will be issued based on the defendant's failure to appear as directed. This is 200444 ST and 1S3892060 ST. These are State of Michigan versus David. Last name is Giurau. The matter was scheduled for, I believe, a final pretrial this morning. Hold on 1 second. Yep, scheduled for a final pretrial at 10 o'clock. It is now 11:40 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. Oh, no, wait a minute.
I was here since 10 a.m.
Sit tight, sir.
Wait, did we just issue a capias on one case though, Simpson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Drew. Yeah, he's been here.
Was that sufficient time on Dark?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Back on the record in the case 0622. How are we proceeding as to Mr. Dark?
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to respectfully request a final pretrial and for Ms. Gillis to provide me with discovery. At that final pretrial, Your Honor, we respectfully request that all witnesses appear.
This case.
Final pretrial will be September the 22nd, 2021 at 9:45 a.m. Back with me. There's a note in the file that all witnesses must appear. Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Dark, we'll see you back here on September 22nd.
Thank you.
Mr. Jadala, can you give me real quick your email again?
ATTYSAMER@gmail.com.
We'll send that discovery order right now.
Thank you.
This is 200444ST. My apologies to you, sir. State of Michigan versus David Giroux. This matter was scheduled for a final pretrial this morning. Mr. Giroux was represented by Teresa Patton.
Your Honor, I'd be more than happy to stand in this matter for Ms. Patton. Is there a complaining witness available today?
There is not.
At this time,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
it's Sergeant Doyle, Michigan State Police. I'm here.
Oh. Are you logged in as something weird? Wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Okay. This, I have this case down as a trial for December 11th. I did send a witness list and to the court and to the defense counsel. Is it listed as a jury trial or bench trial?
It's listed as a final pretrial for today. There had previously been a trial scheduled for December 11th, 2020 as a bench trial.
Oh, and then we had that spike and we had to go back to Zooming all the things. Okay. I get it.
If I understand correctly, Mr. Giroux, you want to proceed to trial, is that correct?
What was that?
You want to proceed to trial, is that correct?
It goes for a bench.
Yeah, bench trial.
Do you want it in person or do you want it on Zoom, Mr. Giroux?
In person, please.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
A live bench trial date for Mr. Giroux.
Give me 1 second, please.
Thank you. While you're looking, Trooper, may I have your name, please?
It's Sergeant Kevin Doyle.
Evan Doyle?
Kevin, K as in King.
Kevin, thank you. Oh, who is this?
Mr. Janelle, is this going to be your case or is it going to be Teresa Patton's?
It's Teresa's. I'm just standing in for right now.
Okay.
Judge, would you let me know the charges in this matter?
Reckless driving, operating without security, unregistered vehicle. From February 8th, 2020. In Romulus, 94 near Merriman. Sir, in the safety vest, your name? Mr. Jadala, there's one more file, John Lewis.
Judge, 9:22 and 11 o'clock.
9:20. Why does that sound bad? Live bench trial, September 22nd, 2021 at 11 a.m.
Now I'll call Teresa, Your Honor. If there are any problems, I'll have her contact the court.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Forget it.
Can I, Sergeant Doyle, did you get that?
I got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so you don't need a subpoena.
9:22 at 11 a.m. No, I should be good.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. See you then, sir. Mr. Giroux.
All right.
This is 210623, State of Michigan versus John Howard Lewis. This matter was scheduled for a pretrial this morning. Mr. Lewis was arraigned back on August 3rd with Mr. Nunley. There's a sole count of domestic violence. Ms. Gillis and Mr. Jadala and Mr. Lewis, I note your appearances in the file already.
Your Honor, at this time for Mr. Lewis, we just, I can speak with him in the breakout room briefly and let him know how we should move forward.
Thank you. So let's try this again. Heather, you sent me a note earlier about Bonacera.
It's because she keeps no showing, and last time we were on, Mr. Blaze Kearney.
Oh, I saw it this afternoon.
Yes.
Okay.
He refused to state if he spoke to her or not. He just keeps trying to adjourn. So we were gonna warrant. So I'll speak to you this afternoon.
Oh, lucky me. This is 1S3909602ST. It's the State of Michigan versus Elliot James Derrickson. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:45 a.m. It is 11:48 a.m. by the court's clock. Let's look. I do not see anybody by that name in the court's virtual waiting room or in the court's main session. Ms. Gillis, how do you wish to proceed?
I asked the KPS be issued.
KPS shall issue in this matter. This is 210621. Mr. Jadala, was that sufficient time with Mr. Lewis?
I was, Judge.
How are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala appearing on behalf of Mr. Lewis. At this time, Your Honor, we're going to respectfully request a final pretrial where all witnesses must appear, and respectfully request from Ms. Gillis any discovery be emailed to me, Your Honor.
That final pretrial date will be September the 22nd, 2021 at 10 a.m. That's back with me. I'll make a notation in the file that all witnesses to appear at that final pretrial and that discovery is outstanding.
I'm sorry.
Anything else in this?
Is this on the Lewis case?
Yes, Ms. Gillis, if you can just email me discovery.
Okay. We can do the discovery right away.
I appreciate you, Ms. Gillis.
And then the offer would probably be 769 4A.
Got it.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor. Same guy.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gator. Mr. Lewis, have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is 210621 FY. This is State of Michigan versus Tanaji Gator, Gaiter. This matter was scheduled for 9:45 this morning. I don't see anybody by that name in the court's main session. Defendant has counsel in this matter.
Yes, Rebecca Tieppo.
Yeah. Ms. Gillis? How do you wish to proceed?
I think we need to call that office. Oh, wait, that was the Capias on 8/11. So she probably didn't show back up, the attorney, because she thinks her client Capias. So we just reset it? Is that what we did?
The attorney called and said she was in contact with the defendant requesting an adjournment. That's a note in the court's file from August 11th, but she is not here. There's a note from our criminal clerk that she emailed the notice to appear to the attorney of record. She is not here this morning. Heather does not appear to have had any updated information.
No. Do you want me to contact her or just?
You emailed her like you said you did in your note, right?
Yes, and I instructed her to contact her client with all the information.
Ms.
Then I'd
Gillis,
ask
how
for
do you wish to
Capias.
proceed?
I'd ask for
Capias
that
in this matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is 1S38926060ST, State of Michigan versus Monster Motors. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 8:45 a.m. It's now 11:53 a.m. by the court's clock. There are no unidentified persons in the court's virtual waiting room, nobody by that name in the court's main session. Based on the defendant's failure to appear, Capias shall issue.
Shea Simpson.
200688SM, State of Michigan versus Shabria Nunn. This matter was, we already called this, it was a Capias. Simpson, we already called it Capias. Ms. Gillis, by the court's accounting, that disposes of all the matters from the docket that started at 8:30. The next thing scheduled in this court will be 12:30 bench trial by Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll see you then. Thank you, Mary Ann.
And Your Honor, I just wanted to briefly say, I recall when Mrs. Gillis called in, I believe the court advised her that it was going to be a live. I don't know if she's been told it was going to be Zoom once you clarified.
She was. Thank you so
Okay,
very
good.
much, Mr. Jadala.
Absolutely. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you too, sir. So Mary Ann, the story in the street is that DPW is here to hang this stuff, and this would be a good time for them to come down.
I have seen them walking around. I'll try and find them.
Nope, I'm standing up because I need to move. Let me go investigate.
So we're gonna try to get a hold of this victim, right?
Yeah, because the number listed is, I think it's her home number or something, so maybe he just picked it up. I think they lived together, father and son.
Did you ask him if his son was there?
No, I think it was his son that answered.
Oh, and it's the father that's the victim.